All right. So, with us coming back around to our third campaign, welcome to Curse of Strahd, guys. I've been stoked to do this with you guys. So where we're starting off is you all have been working together on various jobs on the Sword Coast for the last year or so.
No.
You guys were recently in the town of Waterdeep, and came across a mysterious, unnamed gentleman who was looking for a group to secure a caravan all up to Baldur's Gate. You all never met this individual. He only spoke to you through various letters at one of the inns. You all didn't think anything of it, so you took the job. Baldur's Gate should only be about a 3 days travel from Waterdeep. We're 1 day in, and over the last couple weeks you've heard tales of various travelers talking about a mist that has been randomly appearing within the area and on the route that you guys are traveling. About halfway through your second day, you start to notice a mist of sorts start to form on the ground. As the day goes on, the mist turns to a fog, and so much to the point to where you all can barely see 5 feet in front of your face. You all, being seasoned travelers and adventurers, know that this really isn't any way to to travel, especially with a load that you're trying to get paid for. So you all decide to set camp for the night. It's probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're about halfway there to Baldur's Gate. The fog doesn't seem to let up, but eventually it hits that point, and we've all seen it, where it can't get any denser. Like, it's just foggy as all hell, right? You all work together to set up the tents like you always do, build the campfire. You all are able to find berries and forage for whatever you might want to add to the pot for the evening. The floor is yours, guys. How do you want to do this? Y'all are all sitting around the fire as the sun starts to go down. The fog is thick, but as it gets darker, the fog seems to let up slightly to where you all can actually see each other. It's almost as if you're just surrounded by this fog blanket.
What time of year is it?
It is fall.
Okay.
So to you all, the fog isn't anything really different, right? Especially for all of us being from, well, most of us being from the Maryland area, we all know what those September and October mornings can look like on the mountain.
Sexual, actually.
Jinx is just sitting there polishing his gear while his homunculus Skitter is just kind of dancing around on his shoulders and keeping himself busy as well. Being a Warforged, the weather doesn't really interest Jinx in any capacity. It doesn't even register in his mind.
You want to describe what he looks like?
Sure. So Jinx is about 7.5 feet tall. He is mostly bronze in color. He is a robot, effectively, a Warforged. He has 2 large blue lenses that act as eyeballs. They can move independently of each other. They can zoom just a little bit. They kind of rotate and extend out when he looks at something and examines it. He has a dusty brown cloak, like a duster, almost like a cowboy's jacket with a hood. And he has a tiny little orange-sized robotic creature that stays with him pretty much all the time. Its name is Skitter. Looks kind of like a beetle. Has a eye, one singular eye in the middle of its face, kind of the same color as Jinx's, and it has 2 very small, thin, brass-like wings that it can fly with. The 6 legs it has are very arachnid in appearance. Jinx is an artificer. He is very tinkery. He's very, very inquisitive. He likes to learn about the world. That pretty much covers it. He's a big boy.
Well, how does, for me, in my knowledge, your little companion, if he dies, do you treat him as like a familiar, or does he have to be rebuilt essentially?
So he has a heart that is made out of like an opalescent stone, and I can pretty much like resummon him. Basically, I infuse the stone, and his body forms around it. So it's a pretty quick thing if he does die. He has like 9 hit points. He's not really a damage dealer, so
Yeah, I got you.
Kinda, yeah. He's like a familiar. He can do more than that, but he's similar to a familiar, yeah.
Now, can you?
I also have find familiar as well. No, I cannot see through him.
Okay.
But he can communicate with me though.
Okay. Sweet. Out loud or telepathically?
Out loud. It is not over a distance. It is audible.
Okay. All right. X. What we know?
All right. Yeah. I would be doing the same thing. Actually, for DM, I picked herbalism kit and so on, and alchemist supplies, right? But I wanted to do it in the sense of like medicine. So being able to use kits easier, spells, or whatever it is. The thing we have talked about in the past, to see if I can build that. That's the only reason why I have that. And essentially, I would be eating that, sitting there right next to the fire, since we really got nowhere else to go.
Studying.
But what you would see is a Eldrin, or an elf. He looks a little bit different than the ones you probably are used to. He has pale skin. Odd. Kind of look at it and say, he looks kind of sick. However, the thing that really will be contrast is his hair. It's all white with black streaks as if he dyed it. Not really sure if it's real or not. You can't tell if he dyes his hair. You've never seen him do it in the year that we've been riding together. But it's always a stark black streaks and this white hair. He would be fit with just regular base chainmail, chain shirt, with whatever insignia that our group has created, just as a letterhead essentially to anybody that we're walking by that, hey, this is who we are. And then he'll have an amulet that kind of, every once in a while, he'll tuck back into his shirt. You don't know why it's so quick for him. The moment he realizes that he tucks it, like it's something super precious to him. He is a little bit. He's not standoffish. He's very helpful. He's always in the crowds. He's helping people wherever town we go to. But he doesn't seem to get too personal. You all. Not because you're bad people or that he doesn't like you, but he's a little bit heated, locking himself up pretty tight. That's it. He's just sitting there. He's your classic healer, trying to be.
Gotcha. Jordan.
Graven is just sitting there by the fire, always with his longsword, always sharpening, always ready for battle. Gravel is a tall, imposing Jadar Kai, whose very presence carries the weight of centuries. Standing at 6'5", his frame is lean and corded with muscle, scarred from countless battles. His skin is the color of cold ash, stretched, torn across sharp features that seem carved from stone. His long hair, silver white and ragged, spills loosely around his shoulders, often falling into his unsettling eyes, dark voids threaded with an indigo glow that flickers faintly like dying embers. Though his body is solidly of this world, there is a sense of something not quite alive about him, as if the Shadowfell still clings to him. In certain lights, the edge of his form blur, and when he lingers too long in silence, people swear they can see a second figure, just at the corner of their vision. A shadow that moves when he does not. His armor is guard, chainmail, battled, and dueled, but carved with grim precision. A heavy iron shield, its surface etched with faint nicks and gouges, is never far from my side. His longsword is worn from years of sharpening, the edge glinting like silver against the gray of his armor. Not ornamental, but brutally effective. A black wool cloak drapes across his shoulders. It's him from one-hand travel and old battle. Small tokens hanging from his gear, a rusted coin pressed to the pommel of his sword, a shard of obsidian tied with leather cord to his belt. Remembers of lives and wars of long past. There were no obvious value, yet he carries them with the weight of memory. I move with the confidence of a veteran, each step measured and deliberate. He carries himself with an arrogance, but with inevitability. Yep, that's a hard one.
Is it inevitability?
Yeah, that one.
Is that the word you're trying to find there?
Yes, sir. As if battle is less a choice and more a destiny he cannot escape. His voice is low and even, stripped of ornaments and inflections, but with a gravity that makes listeners pay attention. His gaze is unraveling, steady, unwavering, and cold. When he looks at someone, it feels like conversation and less like conversation and more like judgment. Rarely do I smile, and when I do, it's a grim, fleeting thing that only deepens in the sense of unease around him.
Great, we got the new emo kid. What the fuck?
Everybody needs one. Every party needs one.
It's the
Edge
Dark Elves,
Lord.
bro. It's all the fucking
Edge
Dark
Lord.
Elves.
I just happened to notice that me and you are similar there, X. Took me a year to realize that. First time I paid attention.
Mr. Connor.
My character Torin would be also probably sat by the fire, but chefing something up for the group as we wait for this fog to pass.
How do you spell your name? Oh, there it is. It populated. I got it. You're good.
Okay. Torin is a 7-foot tall dragonborn. Long or medium long scaled tendrils, almost looking like a beard, slick back. Also tendrils, as hair about shoulder length. Wearing a slightly tattered robe that you lot would have noticed would have been it's like my main thing to wear. I don't really change from wearing this. I have bright gold eyes, which, especially in the sun, shine quite a bit. The two main things you lot would have noticed and probably would have asked me about, especially if we've known each other a year at least, but I've never given you a straight answer for, is I wear a necklace with a ring, and I have a really worn stuffed toy tied to my waist. And like I said, I'm probably not the most talkative person here. I definitely keep to myself a bit as well. I don't mind joining in a conversation, but depending on what the subject is, I might not be as involved as some or the rest of you. But yeah, like I said, he's about probably middle-aged for a dragonborn.
What color are you?
Yeah, I was about to ask myself.
That's what I was meant to say. Matted silver. I knew I forgot a fucking detail.
No, you can.
It's a pretty fucking important one, bud.
Yeah, I know.
So, the night goes on, and you all, by this point, have kind of a repetition of how your all's nights go. You know what I mean? Jinx usually goes ahead and starts setting up tents, and then immediately snaps over to security and starts just making sure the perimeter is clear. Torin, usually you're in charge of the cooking and tending to the fire. Graven, you just hide in the shadows, buddy. You're usually just wallowing in sorrow.
That one fight.
And X, you have this habit, and it all goes back to
So a couple things you guys see Jinx do every time we bed down for the night. Number one, I don't think Connor knows. Jinx, being a Warforged, doesn't have to sleep. He can go on watch every night.
Yes, yeah. You're basically you go into like a shutdown mode, but you still have you can still
See and hear. Yeah.
yeah.
I just need 6 hours. I take watch every night. It's unless there's a reason I can't, obviously. But when we go into this, one thing that I do every single time, I pull this bottle out of my bag and set it on a table in the middle of camp. You have all come to know that it is kind of like Volan's Flask of Endless Mead, but it's coffee. And anytime you pour anything out of the bottle, it disappears as soon as it comes out. But if you drink from the bottle, it is the best fucking coffee you've ever had in your life. It never runs out. I set it out every night. It's just a thing that I do. When I'm sitting down, I polish all my gear. I never polish my own like torso or my body. So where the plates come together, they're like worn at the edges. There's dings and dents. I put a lot of focus on my gear and your all's gear and ignore myself all the fucking time. So, little habitual shit that you all would know Jinx. Jinx is also really fucking literal. If you say, "Hey, watch my ass," he's gonna get behind you and look at your butt.
Right.
And after a year, you all would know those things about him. So, okay. I gave them a quick rundown about Jinx. I have a coffee, the bottle of Boundless Coffee, I believe it's called. I put on my character because I didn't figure it would be an issue. It's a magical item, but it doesn't do anything.
it's fucking coffee.
It's for RP more than anything.
Yeah.
So I added that. I put it out every time that we go to take a long rest. I'll put it out in the middle of camp for anybody to kind of take part in. When I polish my gear, I always tend to ignore myself. So between the plates and at the edges of like my arms and shit, my gear's like my body is beaten and battered and worn down, but all my gear is polished to a shine.
I got you.
And then Jinx is very literal when he does things. When someone tells him to do something, he doesn't do metaphor well.
Yeah.
That's all I just wanted to clue you in.
Okay. X. You have this like need in the back of your head to constantly just make sure no one stole what you guys are supposed to be delivering. About 2 years back, you were on a similar type of job up in Neverwinter. And you were working with a varied group. Most were elves. It would have been essentially three high elves, a wood elf, and a halfling. You all were responsible for a cargo that was valued at roughly 7,000 gold. It should have been easy money for you guys. 3 nights into the trip, you had, under your better judgment, gotten pretty close with the halfling. Long story short, this halfling, while you were sleeping and supposed to be on watch, told you to get rest. And stole the entirety of the valuables, which you ultimately had to work off over the next couple months. His name was Rasputin.
You knew it.
So yes,
That's it.
you now have well, a couple things. One, it weighed on you a lot, and it's not even that you had to work off what was lost. It's more of like a internal like disappointment, right? It was one of those like, I fucked up, right? And it wasn't even your fault. It's just how you took it. You also now are hesitant on ever trusting halflings again. But so you sit with the rest of the group, but your back is never to the prize, right? You constantly have eyes on the prize. Even when you all set up your tents on the perimeter of the fire, you always make sure that if you need to or feel the need to, you can just pop your head out real quick and then boom, right back in.
A trance to sleep.
Exactly.
So it's like I'm in my tent, but I'm out, like the tent's opening and I'm just sitting there.
Your face is just like this.
Just try me. Go ahead. Say I won't wake up. Go ahead.
Fuck you, Raz. Is there anything that you all really want to do for the rest of the night? If there's anything you all want to bullshit in RP, you're more than welcome to. I know you guys know each other, but obviously you all don't really have those relationships developed yet, just because this isn't running in from another campaign. You guys, as far as security and everything goes, you guys still do it, but I would say lackadaisically. Like, you guys have been doing this long enough to, like, you know when it's needed and when it's not needed. So don't think right now and be like, what about security? Like, you guys are pretty comfortable around this fucking area. Like,
I mean, honestly speaking, between Jinx and Xavath, we wouldn't need much of it. And I'm sure with Graven as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Technically, we're not sleeping much. So,
right. Okay.
At least I don't know what your background would be, but like I said, I would be, honestly, all jokes aside, I would use my tent to house me from potential rains, but the tent would be open.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I'm just kind of like, even with the trance and even with Jinx, all that stuff, it's an instantaneous, like, it's not happening, bro. So.
Okay. The night goes on. Are any of you drinkers? Like, does anybody have that in there?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Jinx doesn't technically have a mouth.
True. Or a butthole.
He does have an orifice that he dumps waste out of, though.
Yeah, it's called a robussy.
Damn.
Okay. So, the night goes on. Nothing crazy. And again, as I described before, as the sun starts to set and the temperature's kind of cool, this fog starts to not lift completely, but it definitely becomes more transparent a little bit later. The moon is a full, beautiful orange moon. As you are sitting there, you kind of, all within different moments, happen to have it like catch your eye. Like, you know when you're out on the back deck with your buddies and like you just notice the fucking moon and like you don't stop conversation, but like you just take a second to appreciate.
You're on your third bottle of strawberry wine and everybody's fucked up.
Yeah. And next thing you know, fucking Merle Haggard comes on. You're like, oh, god damn it. Here we fucking go. Yeah. One of those moments, right?
Yep.
Turn it off.
But you all just in those moments take a quick second just to appreciate the company that you have. I don't think any of you are truly content with this type of lifestyle, but you've learned to appreciate it, much like a soldier has to, right? You guys technically work for no one but yourselves, and that's about as free as you can be in this world. You
Say it
think
again
about,
with your chest.
right? Y'all take a second and just think about the lives you've led. All of you being various fucking ages. Various ages. I have to imagine. It's just one of those moments of just contentness. Pure happiness. You all go through the night as normal and one by one start to bed down. In the night, you all can hear wolves and foxes and the other predators of the evening do what they normally do, just like any other night. X to you, it's almost like a melody. You learn to appreciate the sounds of the night, as you don't sleep a lot. So usually you're on watch and you've learned how to make peace and find comfort in the stillness, the silence. Who has what watch?
I have the whole watch.
Because you literally don't have to fucking sleep.
I just go into an inactive state, but I can see and hear the whole time.
Okay.
So I'll sit down right in the middle of camp, basically, and go into that state, standing, appearing inert, but not.
That's terrifying. Like, I know it's a horror campaign, but that's terrifying.
It's a deterrent for anybody that walks up on us. They're like, that there's somebody standing there.
Okay.
I will add, since we've known each other for about a year, and if we've been doing shit like this quite a bit, over the course of a year, every now and again, you would have heard Torin have horrid fucking nightmares. If you've asked me about them at that point, I would shut down and not talk. But you would have heard at least now and again, not words per se, but I'm not having a good time. I sleep.
It's Billy all over again. Okay. You all go ahead and go to sleepy sleep. DJ, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
First row.
21.
21.
I still get to find a browser that doesn't drop me out of fucking Foundry.
You're about 3 hours into what is considered a watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You notice that this fog starts to set back in. The fog starts to set back in, and as it does, you notice that there's a complete stillness, an absolute quiet. Think literally like you're in a sound chamber, or like a soundproof chamber, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look around, the fire is still going, but it's dying out. It's mostly whole at this point, but you know there should still be that slight crackle that you hear. You open your eyes and take it and you look around and nothing's different, just the fog is starting to move back in. After about 20 minutes, you slightly get some audible hearing back. At one point, you notice that the fog starts to, as it moves further into the camp, it catches that heat trail off of the fire and almost swirls around it to avoid contacting the heat and make its way towards where you are. As the fog comes back around, just very quickly as it like essentially blows across you, you lose hearing again. And as that trail moves through you, just you can hear again. You start to hear the crackling of the fire. Do you react to this?
That's fairy fire centered on me.
You're casting fairy fire on you?
Centered on my position, yeah.
Okay. What color?
Pink.
Okay. Nothing appears. You just have this very light glowing pink aura right above you. As it happens and it illuminates, you expect this to be a little bit brighter. And with the light, it kind of brings into perspective how thick this fog around you is getting. As you sit here and watch for a couple minutes, if you don't react to it, you notice that it's almost repetition every 5, 6, 7 minutes. It's like the density pushes in and then pulls back out within a minute or two. Almost as if this is something breathing and slowly but surely encroaching.
Okay.
Do you react to that, or you just kind of like still like wait? I'd say you've been watching this happen for about I'd say like an hour. Like you're on like hour 4 now. It's like you've literally been watching this, just kind of taking in what's happening.
Knowing that we're near the end of the elves' rest, I would send Skitter to go wake them.
Okay. Who in particular first?
Xavath.
Okay. X, as you're sitting there, essentially meditating, you hear a familiar just of brass on various rock and dirt, getting louder and louder, and you open your eyes.
Skitter crawls up and is sitting on your chest. Remember, he's only like orange size. He's tiny, but he's kind of dancing around a little bit, and his eye is like pulsing. His wings kind of flitter a little bit, and then he turns and he takes off out of the tent and heads over to Graven and does the same thing.
I'll step out.
It wouldn't be unfamiliar to you guys. Skitter has woken all of you guys this way before. It might be a little jarring at first, but immediately you recognize what's going on.
I would step out and look for Jinx.
X, as you just step out of your tent, as soon as your head comes out, you're greeted with a very faint light of the embers of the fire that are starting to almost get suffocated by how dense this fog is. And through the fog, roughly about 15, 20 feet away from you, right on the other side of the fire, you see a dim pink light. You can make out the silhouette of Jinx. And you can make out, I'll say like fuzzy features, right? But it seems like this fog is starting to get pretty thick.
Jinx, is everything okay?
That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. Things around us don't appear to be normal, per se.
X,
I just wanted somebody else's input on it.
As he's talking, you catch it's like an isolated cloud of this mist just kind of pass over like through you. And as this happens in the middle of Jinx talking, you go completely deaf. And then within a second or two, you're back to being able to hear again.
I'll move closer to Jinx so that we can physically see each other clearly.
Okay.
And once we're at that range, instead of communicating out loud, I will sign to him. Essentially the phrase of, is someone watching us?
I sign back. I don't believe so.
What's your all's passive perceptions?
Mine's a
Mine's only-
17.
Mine's only 12. It's pretty low.
Perception's 14.
I believe mine's 15. Might be
Okay.
16, but I believe it's 15.
Just so I have a rough idea, as we go into this. Okay.
Yeah,
As you
like
move, you move closer to where essentially you guys are,
face to
like
face.
literally like right, like that way, just to make sure that you can
We can
constantly
see
see.
each other. Yeah.
You have, I mean, the wisps still come in between, and your audible hearing continues to just cut out and come back, and it's like someone's just taking that knob, like the volume knob, and just doing this with it every so often.
After we're
You
done
guys-
signing to each other, I pull out 2 little marbles from my pouch, and using my magical tinkering feature, I imbue them both with light. They exude bright light in 5-foot radius and dim in another 5. And I hand one to him, and I keep one for myself. Just because I'm noticing the fire is kind of going a little bit, I'm providing a surefire light source.
No pun intended.
Correct. Jinx doesn't know humor.
I got you. Does anybody
It's
hold on
literally a light source.
real quick? Does anybody not have dark vision this time around? I think you all do, right?
I don't.
Jinx
Jinx
is the
does
only one
not.
that doesn't.
Wait, hold on. Dragonborn don't have dark vision in 5,
Yes,
right?
yes.
They
yes,
do.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Okay.
Do.
I do, yeah.
When I was with actually the other day, he asked, and I made sure it did say dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay.
Just a robot. which is
Well,
weird.
that makes.
Which is weird. Yeah.
Like,
The one that should have it, right?
at least like infrared or some shit.
After waking X up, does your little buddy go to the other 2?
It goes to Graven for sure. I'm gonna leave Torin alone for a bit. I know he needs a little more rest than everybody else.
Okay. Graven, middle of the night. You within your sleep as you're dreaming of the Shadowfell. Because I don't know what Shadarkai really dream of, other than
Combat, bro. Just
the
combat.
Raven Queen and fucking like
Combat, bro.
No, focus on the combat.
like hiding in the shadows. You hear a familiar just metallic scurrying, and you feel it's almost like when a cat gets up on you when you're laying in bed, just up your leg, right on your chest, and just like ting 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 ting. You
As he,
open your eyes and you're
Yeah.
familiar.
as he does it, I always do what I normally do, just and get up
Get off me.
and step outside.
Hearing the rustling, I pull a 3rd marble out and go ahead and prep it for when he's within reach, and I hand it to him when I'm able to.
Graven, when you open your eyes and you kind of like sit up and you come to, it looks like you've just hotboxed your tent. Like you can barely see like 5 inches in front of you.
Is
Just
Bolin here?
whatever, like this fog, and as you kind of sit up, you immediately, just without even thinking about it, just kind of like start to rub your shoulders like this, like it's just wet and damp.
It's
And it's
moist.
just, it's just like, it's like when you go camping in November and you risk it for the biscuit and you fucked up because it's cold as shit the next morning. Nobody likes that. Nobody fucking likes that.
No,
I got to put the cover over your tent so the whole inside's covered
Just
in moisture.
wet.
Yeah,
Just wet. That pissed me off.
it's like camping with
doesn't-
Nick all over again.
It doesn't even make any sense. Oh, science. I'll show you a dew point. No. But so you're up. I take it you step out of the tent.
I do.
Okay. Now you, from across the way, can see them essentially standing right in front of each other's faces, and Jinx is holding 3 marbles, which you've seen him do this before. Or 2. No, you said you pulled out a 3rd one to prep.
He
I
gave me
gave
one.
him one.
Okay. I gotcha. Ooh. You just see him sitting there with 2 marbles that you've seen him do this before with. And as you look at him, you expect them to be brighter. Obviously, you know it's because the fog is so dense, but you take a second and you look around and you realize that it's almost like you guys are encapsulated within this. You know that there are trees to your left and to your right. You remember seeing them earlier in the night when you looked up and saw the beautiful moon, but you can't see them. Even just squinting and trying your hardest just to make out the silhouette of these trees. It's a thick-ass fog.
Yeah. It's very damp. Don't like it.
As you say that out loud, a cloud of this mist passes through you, just like the other 2. And as it does, you know you're talking, but you lose all hearing. And you pick it back up right as you end the sentence.
Fucking weird.
Jinx and X. I'm literally just gonna call you X because your name starts with fucking X.
Why do you think I do the things I do, bro?
I know. You two both watch Graven come out of this tent, and you hear him start to talk, and the same thing you watch as this cloud of mist kind of comes over him and loses it, and you kind of see how he looks a little confused, but just shakes his head like, what the fuck? It's not the first time you all have experienced something fucking dumb, right?
Since I'm assuming him and me and Jinx would have had the conversation through sign language, I would say out loud, did you go deaf too for a second?
Yeah. It's weird. I don't like it. It's not right.
I would do something, but I don't want to wake up. Busy kids.
Bub.
Yeah, that'd be the joke amongst us. I don't want to wake Bob. But this fog this doesn't feel natural.
Are you talking through sign?
You did, DJ.
I am.
I would have said this out loud by now because
Okay.
Graven would have been close to us to grab the stone and all that.
Jinx turns and looks at you and says, "Why do you continue to call him Bob when his name is not Bob?"
Yes.
Yes. So when I look at Jinx and I'm like, but it is Bob. To us.
But it's Torin.
Bob to us. Torin to the rest of the world.
Do you have a colloquial name for me as well?
Yes.
May I inquire what it is?
Jay.
Ready for it? It's Rhythm.
Rhythm
No,
with
it would just be Jay. It would just be Jay.
Yeah.
Because I know that would bother Jinx.
Jay doesn't seem to be a very creative name.
Doesn't have to be.
It's a letter of the alphabet.
Okay. And he just moves on.
That's it.
Alright.
Please understand, with all references, this is exactly how me and my nephew have conversations. He is
Oh, I
a
love it.
high-functioning autistic kid. So it's fantastic. He'll say that and I'll be like, because I want to. And he'll be like, okay. Just walk off. I'm like, my man.
Jinx is basically my Tism fucking personified, man. That's what Jinx is.
It's good.
He gets wrapped up in unimportant, fucking crafty, tinkery shit and loses focus.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. How long are you guys? Well, I guess How are you guys
Technically-
handling this right now? Like, you all are clearly seeing that this is getting more dense. Roll me a perception.
Straight.
Disadvantage.
Hide yourself.
It wouldn't do anything.
Disadvantage. It is a 17. That's good. I'm glad this one dropped out of my hand because it was actually a D12. Not a D20. That would have been weird.
Trash cat.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she got big
Raccoon
too.
dog.
Yeah, she got
What the
fucking
fuck?
big too. So
Excuse me.
as you guys are sitting here, get down. Oh my god. All right, hold on. Come here. There you go. Now you can say hi. As you guys are sitting there just talking and kind of taking in what the fuck's going on, and as this conversation ends with Jinx, you kind of take a second and smirk, right? Like, there's a part of you that just enjoys how simplistic Jinx's thought process is, and you fully understand
Where it
it's
comes
artificial intelligence,
Right,
but like,
from.
it's
Trying to learn, understand.
yeah, it's just there's something about it, right? It's a Lenny situation, Lenny and George. And as it happens, it kind of takes you back, and you start going through memories, and all of a sudden your heart sinks. You quickly, without even thinking about it, glance over to where the cart should be. You don't see it. Immediately, your mind is filled with the same gut reactions from 2 years ago. What do you do?
Uh,
Like, you first think to yourself, like, oh, maybe it's just a fog. It's just a fog, and you take a couple steps in that direction, only for there to be a tree standing
where the cart should be.
where the cart should be.
I need an insight check to see if I see the panic in his body.
There's no insight needed.
Okay.
You all have
I just
been.
see it.
You know
Okay.
he's like. You all would have helped him essentially get out of the shit he was in from that whole incident. Like, you all would know
Okay.
his reaction very well.
Okay.
Yeah, knowing that the cart is missing, I would walk over to Torin's tent.
Okay.
Just to see if he was still laying down. I wouldn't wake him. I wouldn't try to wake him. I would just see if he was there.
He's there. You very gently lift the flap of his tent, and you don't even open it fully. As soon as you see, like, his foot, you go ahead and just drop it back down, knowing that he's there. You look around.
He's
all of
definitely
you-
snoring. I don't care what
Yes. All of you all are here.
Why are you peeking the grippers, bro?
The cart's gone.
Right. So my reaction to that, after seeing that he's there, I walk right back towards where Jinx and Graven would be and say, the cart's gone. It's completely gone. Torin is still in his tent. It's gone.
Jinx would turn his head and look, and assuming I also do not see it, do I see a tree there? He would go over and examine the tree, just to see if it's different unexpected, anything out of the ordinary with it, considering it's in a place that it shouldn't be?
It is a tree, at least upon looking at it, and you can touch it, right? You literally walk up to it like we would walk up to a tree. And just to even make sure, I would say you could take out a knife and just chip a piece of the bark off. The bark is ash in color. It's like a gray.
Okay.
But from what you know about trees, it's a tree.
Does it appear to be a species that is native to the area we're in?
Nature check. If anybody specializes in nature checks, you can... I'll get it this way. You can make it if you want. If somebody specializes in nature, they can make it with advantage. However you guys want to do it. I'll give you advantage if two of you... No? Okay.
I am not
So then
proficient.
just- I mean, if
18.
you all... Okay.
18.
If you all see him do this, if you all would also feel as though you're inclined to go inspect the tree, you two can make a roll. Just so we're clear on that. I'll let everybody roll individually since someone's having an advantage. Okay. Okay.
Investigation and I aren't a fan.
You do have a strange fascination with vegetation as a whole. It kind of mesmerizes you, and you hyper focus on how trees tree, right? Like how cells formulate into these creatures, right? And it's not just them, it's also with people, different species. It's just the existence of everything except for yourself, because you understand how you were created.
Yeah.
But you don't understand how everybody else was naturally created, right? You know what tree should be in this area. This isn't one of them. This is a tree that you've never seen. The outside, as you inspect the bark, literally looks petrified. On its surface, rough and ashen in color, but when you flip it over, the back is smooth, and you can tell that it's literally dried to the point of being completely hardened.
Okay. I would walk back over to the two that are awake and just say, this tree does not appear to be a species that's native to the forest that we're in.
I love this. This is gonna be great. I love how literal it is.
It's fucking data, bro. That's all I'm seeing this as, and I love it. Anyway,
This is good. This is gonna be
it's
phenomenal.
great. It's fucking great. No,
So may
so
or may not have been inspiration for the character.
so
Wally!
with this whole thing going on, if you allow me, because of my class,
Okay.
Tempest Domain, all about storms and weather and shit, right? Spooky bitch.
Yeah.
Would I be able to tell in which direction the fog is coming from?
Give me... I'll let you choose. Nature or perception.
Definitely gonna be perception. Fuck that shit.
As I'm sitting here trying to remember how to DM.
That's a 12.
As you think back on various times you've been able to predict weather, look at how these things happen, you can't tell which way it's going or where the source is coming from. But what you do notice is that it's almost like, as you sit there and stare at this, it's like every one of these little wisps that kind of pass through you guys is its own little chaotic amoeba, essentially. It's its own little entity. So the more you look at this, the more you realize that, well, yes, it's a fog. It's not necessarily a fog. It's almost as if you're in a swarm of... It's like you're in a school of spiritual fish, right? That are making this fog. As you start to notice these strands Some of them are connected, some of them are intertwined, and they all move chaotically on their own, but as one. Almost like a murder of crows. You know how they move through how birds go through the sky and fucking spread out and come back, but and just all over. It's almost that same thing.
Okay.
Based on your background, you question if this is actually a natural phenomenon. You've never seen or heard of anything like this.
So I want to position myself in the direction where it would not interfere with the camp. So no tents, nothing. But I'm still within the fog.
Okay.
Okay. I want to cast Gust of Wind in one direction that wouldn't affect anybody in our camp. Now, I'm sure the noise is going to wake up Torin. That's neither here nor there, but that's going to be my initial reaction.
Okay. Torin, give me a perception straight roll. I'm not going to make you roll at this.
It'd be passive because he's asleep, wouldn't it?
Yes, but I.
Do what you do. What you do, man. You're the DM.
What's your passive?
15.
Never mind. I was seeing if he was going to hear it or not. It was just a matter of I was trying to give you the best benefit to hear what was going on. Turns out your passive's fine. Who has the 12? Oh, it's you. It's you, Jinx. Yeah. I'll write them all down. We'll get all that shit to where I have those notes. My apologies, boys. Okay. You cast Gust of Wind. And do you give a heads up that you're doing this to anybody?
No, it's an instant reaction.
Okay. As you just there's almost like a tunnel that spreads. And as soon as the effects are gone, you watch as this fog just continues to just envelop back in, almost like a lava lamp, right? Just right back.
So when I hit that gust of wind, it lasts for a minute.
Yep.
So within that minute, what do I see in that opening?
Forest.
Does it look like somewhere we would recognize from that forest that we were originally? Because I assumed we were on a trail that we
I got you.
walked before.
No. It's more of these ashened trees that are knotted and gnarled in, I don't want to say an unnatural way, but we all know what the spooky fucking knotted fucking gnarly trees look like, right? Like we all
creepy hollow trees.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you look at me, you're like, nope.
While he's doing this, Jinx goes back over to the tree he took the bark from, puts it back, and casts Mending on it.
Goes right back in place, like he never moved it.
Yep, it goes right back to where I was.
Once the gust of wind is over, I'll turn and look at the group. At least you guys that are awake.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Torin, you would have heard this gust of wind. Essentially like a dragonborn call. Just Howf! That's how I envision it. Oh yes, yeah. I wasn't gonna do the whole thing, just the Essentially, you heard X sneeze real hard. And it awakens you, and you notice that you were completely like covered in this fog. Like this fog is just, and the same thing. You feel that bone chilling, just dampness, kind of set in over you. It's like a little dread blanket. Just.
I'd wipe my eyes once, thinking, wondering if it's just my eyes, and realize it's not. Get up, leaving. Do I see? I'm guessing I still. I don't know how long fairy fire lasts for. How thick is the fog to
Like
the
an
point
hour.
where?
It's like an hour, right? Or is it 8 hours?
1 minute.
Oh. Is it dancing lights that last? One of them lasts for a fucking.
I think it's dancing lights. Yeah.
I got you.
Now, fairy fire would have already dropped.
It's a cantrip, right?
No,
we
it's
see
a
our
level
light
one.
Is it?
source.
Is it?
Level 1 spell. Yeah.
Okay. That's how you know it's bad. I used to use that spell and I haven't even thought about it in like a year.
Dismir has it, doesn't he?
Yeah. And I use it all the time. I just.
Well, seeing the faint light anyway, I'd walk towards it, and as soon as I see their silhouettes, as I'm getting closer, I'm just my arms are out saying, "What the hell's going on?"
Pull out another marble and hand it to him. You go, here you go, Bob.
As this all happens, Torin.
In reply to that, I literally just say, "We use that name for one job."
Suck one dick. Look,
Jinx just Jinx almost childishly turns and looks over at Xavath and is like, and back at you, and he goes, but he said it's your name.
It's definitely Bob. Like, that's all I'll do.
No,
You just hear Bub.
we had to use a fake name for one job.
Yeah, but
My
it's
name
not.
is Torin. I know how literal you take things, Jinx, but the name's Torin.
Sign language. Sign language from a different. It's definitely Bob.
You ready for it? It's Bobby T.
It's definitely Bob.
Sign back. I'm so confused.
Yeah. Alright. You all watch as like Jinx just like pulls this little like metallic fucking like robotic cube out of his satchel and just starts like fidgeting with it. Just like I'm overstimulated. Like,
Like,
nope.
I'm uncomfortable and I don't like it. But
I do want to ask, has that deafness part hit me yet?
Yep.
Was.
So same thing as you come out, it's you can hear them talking and then a wisp comes by and just you're like, what the fuck? And for all of you, like anytime one of these mist clouds kind of pass by you, like you know, like you're getting used to it now. You're like, what the is this? Yeah, oh, you know what I mean? Like you are getting used to it. And
yeah,
I
whenever
do
you're in
want to.
Discord.
I do want to ask, since being a wizard and probably reading a lot of books in my lifetime, can I do a history check or something like that to see if I might know or read something about something like this? Fog in becoming deaf for a second.
Yeah.
Just in it.
you can do Arcana or you can do History.
I am proficient in both of those. Can I help him so he has advantage?
Would you say anything out loud to where you would provoke help from somebody?
Probably not. I probably
Okay.
would just
I'm
think
proficient in
if
Arcana
if
too.
I know.
Okay.
19.
So through time, you have heard of this. You did Arcana, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You think back to old tales you've heard, especially when you were at the academy. Whether it was in Silvery Moon or wherever the hell it was. You know that there are certain planes of existence that have various effects that we don't know on the physical plane itself, right? So you understand the Shadowfell works different than our plane, right? You understand that hell, for lack of better terms, has its own rules to existence. You understand how the abyss works. Well, you don't understand how the abyss works, but you know that each of like the 300 levels of the abyss have their own rule set within the demiplane, right? So you know about effects like this happening, but you can't make sense of why you all are experiencing it. You literally just left from Waterdeep, and it's a route you guys have run at least 50 times over your life, whether it's traveling or doing security or whatever else, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. So you know that things like this are possible, but you can't figure out why. Why now? Why here? What is this? And you actually, like, you question yourself because you're intelligent. As you start to have these thoughts of, well, are we on a different plane of existence? You immediately, in your subconscious, is like, no, you idiot. That's not even fucking possible. Like, no. It's not. Because you know how difficult it is to actually achieve, like, planar travel, right? Extra planar?
Yeah.
Extra planar travel? Yeah.
Everyone would hear me and just mumble under, oh, well, when they can hear. Mumble under my breath. Different plane. No. Can't be. Just trying to figure out what the hell is actually, like, how.
While he's trying to figure that out, I would relay to him the same information I relayed to everybody else. The response would be, sorry, little one, didn't mean to wake you. We are not where we started and the cart's gone.
What do you mean the cart's on?
And I will gesture towards the area of where the cart should be.
And
It ceased to exist.
And Torin, you realize that when you came out of your tent and that gust of wind created like a tunnel through the fog, you realize now that that's where the cart was. And now it's these gnarly looking trees.
I'm more stunned than anything about.
Nothing
I
out of
was-
the ordinary aside from what you see. Everything else appears to be the same as it was prior to you waking.
We're woken by Jinx. Second set of eyes.
Seeing the tree in that position, would that plant more in my head that we're not on our normal plane?
Roll me a d20 straight.
5.
No. It wouldn't make you think. You would still question that. You would start to try to find a logical reason for not being where you were. Or start to question if maybe it's an optical illusion because of the fog. You would essentially try to figure out a logical reason for what's going on and not go to the crazy.
Torin would start not a walk away to the point they can't see me. I'd get like where the cart would have been, see if there's tracks. I'd walk kind of like a circle around them to see, oh, maybe we've got our north and south mixed up. Maybe because we can't see, we don't know exactly which directions which way.
So when you walk,
I'm mainly looking to see maybe there's tracks. Maybe I find the cart. Maybe there's tracks on the floor that I see it it's rolled away or something.
So when you walk over to where the cart should be, there's the tree that Jinx was fucking with, which you don't know about, but just for you. And you notice that the tree is dead center, and on the perimeter of the tree, roughly about the same width as where wheels of a cart would have been, is you can see an indent into the soft ground. That's shaped almost like a half moon, like there were wheels set there at one time. As you take a closer look and that catches your eye, you see a trail that comes from the south to this point, which is the direction you all did in fact come. So there is a trail that looks like wheels. And they stop. But it still doesn't make sense. You have more questions now than you have answers because there's a damn tree standing right in the middle of where what you assume is where the cart was.
Anybody have any ideas what's going on?
Only thing I can think of is we gotta get the fuck out of here. Staying still, we're not getting any information. We have no cart. We no longer have our mission. Either we find out where the cart went, or we find out where we are.
As soon as he says all that, Jinx just starts packing up.
After inspecting the tracks, I start walking back to the group, and there's a teeny tiny, minuscule, almost 0% chance we're not on our plane of existence. But I don't know how that would be possible. I've read about this type of fog before, but it takes a great deal of something to be able to just shift us to a different plane. But that's the only thing bouncing in my head at the moment. I can't explain why there's a tree where the cart was. I can see the tracks. I can see where we pulled the cart from. I've got no other explanation. As much as I want to explain and think of something different, I can't think of anything else at the moment.
And Torin, as you were looking at everything, you realize that, like, if you follow the tracks that led up to the stop point, it really doesn't make sense, because within those tracks there are new trees and sproutlings that have grown, breaking up the path that should have been directly there.
While packing up, Jinx says, "Is it possible at all that a great deal of time may have passed while we were all in our various states of slumber? I realize it's unlikely, but it appears as though trees have grown through a path. If it was undisturbed, it's possible that tracks may still be existing. The tree that I pulled the bark off of appeared to be petrified in some sort of way, as though a great deal of time has passed."
Artie, can I, as Jinx says that, can I roll to see if I would know, because of the school that I picked from my character in, I forget the name of it.
Chronergy.
Chronergy, there you go.
You can certainly try, yeah.
That's the
What do you
DM
want me
phrase.
to roll for that?
Uh,
Arcana?
you go Arcana, Nature, or History, whichever you want to.
I can help with Arcana and History, so you can roll advantage if you like, since we're having a conversation about this.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a proficient with Arcana too, so
I'm not. Good luck.
18.
Okay.
I essentially more trying to think of how easy or hard it would be for someone to somehow or something to pull this off like this.
Okay.
Knowing that will give me more questions than answers.
Okay. Taking in the entire scene. Right? And I'm going to give you some lenience here. What's being suggested
with the path.
is plausible. But there are clear signs that contradict time passing. And that is such things as there were certain plants that are still run over that you all pulled the cart through to park it. Your tracks are still very, very fresh. And you know this because your all's footprints are within the same area, and they're the same depth, the same softness, same sponginess. So you don't completely discount it, but you still don't have an answer. It's you can't say definitively one way or the other. It doesn't make sense because if that much time passed, Ural's tracks wouldn't be like that, right?
Well, especially, I mean, obviously Torin didn't hear it, but Jinx saying, knowing that, or I think it was Jinx figuring out that this is a tree that's not even native to the area.
Mm-hmm. And well, that's another thing. You look at these trees and you've never seen trees like this. Jordan, what's your passive?
That's what?
That's what?
Perception.
14.
It's what?
14. One.
Give me a nature check at advantage.
Nature. 17.
As everyone's kind of sitting here trying to figure this out, and you're watching Torin just rack his brain and go back and forth with Jinx on possible fucking outcomes and what is this? Did we go through time? X, Y, and Z. You realize you've seen a tree similar to this. Not exact. Same shape, same gnarled branches. But trees that look like this, you're used to seeing as black as night. And they come from the Shadowfell. They're not identical, but they're quite similar. Just the color and the petrification's what's throwing you off.
As I realized this, tell them like these kind of remind me long time ago. These look Shadowfellish. You're on mute.
I'm not talking.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't think he was because you do the same mouse sound over and over again. I just thought he was going blah 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 blah.
No, I wasn't picking up until I did it harder, but do I have
Torin as Graven says this. It sparks a memory from the academy. And you look at these trees and it sparks a memory of essentially like they do look like those trees. You've seen pictures of these gnarled logs. There's no leaves on them. It's just barren trees. But the color's not right. That's the big thing that's throwing you off. Is the color's not right. They look almost identical to Shadowfell trees, but you start to question. You know you're not in the Shadowfell, and Graven, you would know if you were in the Shadowfell. You 100% would know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah. It's definitely not, but it's very, very close, very same.
Once I'm done packing up, because I'm literally putting everything together to walk away, I'm gonna walk up to Jinx because I'm assuming he would do the same thing. Say, do you have rope?
Rope?
Rope.
I do.
How long is it?
One is at least 60 feet. I may have another. Let me confirm that for you. Yes, one is 60 feet, one is 50 feet. I have two.
Oh, God. I can't wait for him and Strahd to have conversation. Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be good.
And I know the exact interaction I'm looking forward to. I know the exact interaction.
Well, either way, I want you to. I would take, like, let me get one end of the rope. I'm going to tie it around my waist. I'm going to walk as far as I can out of this mist to see if I can get out of it. Or if it's the entire area, I'm going to tug on the rope twice, and that means I'm coming back.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. I tie the rope around his waist and I hold the other end.
Start walking in the direction of what my brain would remember our cart path originally.
As soon as he starts,
back?
No, going towards where
Forward.
we were supposed to go.
Okay.
So going
as soon as he starts walking, Jinx follows 10 feet behind him.
Jinx, stop.
Jinx stops immediately and turns and looks and goes, "Okay."
Continue holding the rope.
Yep. And I'm just gonna keep walking because I didn't think about that either. So I'm just gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna travel almost the length of the rope. Like, I'm expecting, like, he would be holding at least a foot of rope in his hand.
Yep.
So whatever that
Okay.
distance would be, to
As
see if I can get out
you-
of the fog.
Okay. As you start to walk, we'll just say north, right? It doesn't really matter.
Whatever.
As you start to
Okay.
walk the direction that you think you're supposed to be walking, you break the sort of tree encampment where you guys were. You notice that the fog kind of splits as you continue to walk that direction. It still stays about 5 feet in front of you, but like as you take a second, you're like, am I seeing shit? And like you stop, the fog stops. As you take a step back, you watch as it slowly covers the rock on the ground. As you take another step forward, it pushes forward with you.
So what's the distance between me and the literal fog? Like, if it's giving me a 5-foot radius?
5 feet. After about 25 feet or so, you come up to a road, which makes sense. There was a road that you all were on that you just pulled over off of.
Right.
And if you continue on that road until you hit your limit, it's just a desolate road with more of these gnarled trees.
Fog the same.
Fog's the same. It's kind of moving with you as you go. Obviously, for everybody that stayed back, as soon as he essentially gets 5-10 feet away from you, he vanishes. If you speak out loud during that interaction where Jinx had to be told to stop, you all could still hear, depending you're not being deafened by the fog as it passes around you, but
I would, once I've reached the end of the rope, or as far as I think the rope would go, I would stop, turn around, and walk back towards, back to Jinx in the camp.
okay.
Packed up by now.
You're able to make it back.
As soon as you get back, I look at you and say, "You never tugged."
Didn't forget that. But more interesting, there is a road about 20 to 30 feet north of here, but the fog never goes away. It stayed consistent as we are now. So it's not on top of us, it's everywhere.
Interesting.
Shall we go look for the cart?
Considering I didn't look for the tracks to see if it went anywhere else. We can either try to make our way back where we came from, or go forward.
There's no ever a reason to go back.
I agree.
do something. I don't think we can just sit around.
So I figure we pack up and we head north.
Okay. Jinx looks at you, Xavath, and says, "May I have my rope back, or would you like to be led around like a puppy dog?"
I would be already untying it during this conversation.
As you're untying it, I speak the command word, and it unties itself and loops itself on my hip.
We could have started that at the beginning. We could have just...
You didn't ask.
All right, so you all pack up, and obviously there's nothing that can be done here. You guys got to make a move somewhere, right?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay. You all continue down the trail for, I would say, 30, 40 minutes. And it's just more of the same desolate road. That winds. It is an actual road. Occasionally there's a murder of crows that calls in the distance, and as you look up, you can see their glowing eyes. You hear the howls of wolves in the distance.
Are there any more of these trees as we're walking this path?
Oh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. On both sides of the road. Is anybody looking for anything as you all are walking? Or are you all just strolling, cruising down the street in my 6'4"?
Jinx is always looking for wildlife, anything that stands out as out of the ordinary. Plant, animal, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm keeping my eyes open and see if I spot anything, but I'm not keeping my hopes up to see if there's anything else that might explain it. What the fuck's happening?
Jinx, can you smell?
I have all 5 senses.
Okay. I didn't know. That was a legit question. I didn't know if you had scent.
Yep.
How many
Okay.
holes do you have?
I have processors that don't have noses.
As you all are walking about, I would say, an hour and a half into this, Jinx, you catch a slight metallic smell. You've smelt this before. Reminds you of iron. It's very faint. Immediately you think of, well, that smells like blood. As the way a computer would.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell which direction it's coming from?
Roll me a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say anything out loud before doing this?
Not immediately.
Okay, then give me a perception.
That fell off the table.
Hide yourself.
Dirty 20. I don't have guidance.
Fine.
Oh, you did take it.
No, I didn't take it.
As you catch this whiff, you stop for a second and take one big deep whiff. You've done this before. Not necessarily with blood, but with just trying to track something.
Simulate the sound of someone taking in a deep breath, which would be odd to you all. I think it would catch your attention.
Yeah.
I would 100% be like,
You all hear
you
this,
doing, bro?
like, you all hear this audible, like, ah. Because he doesn't breathe, so you know what I mean? It's just like, how do you...
I'd instantly turn and just ask, are you hurt?
like, that's why there would be the look. I'd be like,
And as you all turn and look, you watch as he's, like, grabbing his, like, chest, torso here, and just, like, puffing it out like he's trying to take a breath, but he's just arching his back. Like, he's just like, ah. You immediately are able to catch an idea of the direction, and it's off to the east in the
Okay.
wood line.
I
If
would. Go
you
ahead.
had to estimate, It's pretty faint from the various but limited tracking you've done. Your calculations would estimate that it's somewhere between 200 yards to 300 yards away.
I would say it exactly like that to the group.
Yep.
There's a faint scent of blood coming from the east. I estimate it's approximately 200 to 300 yards away.
It would still be just noticeably quiet because it'd still be like, "What the fuck was that?" But like not out loud.
The only sound you hear, aside from the natural sounds of the forest, is Skitter like clinking around on my shoulders and up on top of my head and stuff. Just ding 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 ding.
Then, thanks.
Should we investigate?
You lead.
Okay, and right off into the woods.
That's it. And I'd follow, like, I'd look at the other two, and I would just turn back to him, and then just start walking, because I'm like, you know what? This is already weird to begin with, kids. Let's go.
Give me...
He's already gone before I can say anything, so it's just, yep, we're
we're both all just stunned.
I do instruct Skitter to fly about 5 feet in front of me.
Okay. Give me a nature check at advantage.
Okay.
You guys haven't really strayed off the path since getting back on the road, but immediately it seems like as soon as Jinx is like, okay, and turns, you all literally watch as the fog kind of just and parts ways right there for him to continue to go that route.
17 for a 22.
Sweet. You have no problem tracking this. It's almost like as soon as you step off into the grass, this fucking smell just hits you, and it's like as the fucking mist opens up, it just gets stronger and stronger.
Okay.
And without even thinking about it, you're just like, oh yeah, it's right over here. And with no care in the world, Jinx just like straight beelines on a trail. Is everybody following?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. After, I would say, probably about 5 minutes of walking, not that it's hard to get to, it's just still very congested as far as woods go. Lots of fallen branches, rocks, that kind of stuff that you guys got to navigate around. You all come up on a pool of blood. Jinx, as you look at the pool of blood, you kind of scan the area around and you can see where a blood trail would lead off to from the pool.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it you follow.
I would consult the group first, but assuming everyone agreed, yes. I'm not reckless.
How big
Yes,
is
they
the
should-
blood? Is it just like enough for just one person, or is it like?
I mean, it's a pretty sizable, like, puddle on the ground.
Human body holds a lot of blood.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever seen a dude bleed out, please reference Kirk shooting. That's a lot of blood coming out of his neck in a matter of 2 seconds. So, that's a lot of blood.
Hey, remember, apparently the FBI got someone on here for fucking buying the shirt the fucking Kirk shooter fucking was wearing, so...
I'm back to D&D. I don't like the real world. But no, it seems like it's one person's blood.
One being of some kind.
Yeah.
Should we continue following the trail, or should we turn around and go back? Skitter's
Look
like
at you,
hovering around my head.
Just like,
Yeah. Got a dragonfly sort of hum to it.
And I look at you and just say, either we continue walking aimlessly in this fog, or this might hopefully lead us to something.
Someone may need help.
Hearing him say the word survive, my brain clicks. And I'm like, we're going to follow the blood. It's not like a everybody consensus. It was instantly find out where this blood's coming from. And I might walk right past Jinx. I'm sure he probably would catch up or walk past me. But
Yeah,
I would just
as
start
soon as you acknowledge that's what we're doing, and I see you move, I'm right next to you. I don't even hesitate.
Okay.
And again, Skitter's a few feet out in front of me.
You all continue forward. These sporadic sounds of wolves and crows or ravens, whichever you want to call them in this situation, birds cawing, have become a frequent sound to you all by this point, where it was silent. That deafening thing has completely ceased. And instead, now you just hear essentially the woods again, but it's really only wolves and crows that you hear. Faint howlings off into the distance. You all continue to follow for about another 200 yards or so. From the pool of blood, you had splatters. There for a second, you all almost lose the trail completely. Then a giant spray over a tree puts you back on trail. And then a giant blood smear as if somebody has been drugged. Ultimately, you all come up to a little cove, like deer, like a animal trail, right? Where it's overgrown, but there's a tunnel that goes through. Right at the entry of this little hideout is the lifeless body of a middle-aged man. Appears to be human in nature. Completely armored in chainmail. Colors are red and blue. He has large gash marks going from his right shoulder across his torso down to his left hip bone. So large that as you all sit there and look through the armor, you all can see that the cuts are deep enough to where his intestines are partially pulled out from just the force alone.
Jinx would turn and look at everyone and say, I could be incorrect here, but I believe those parts are supposed to stay on the inside. Isn't that correct?
Yes, he did not survive, Jinx.
I'll walk over to examine the body.
Okay. As you look him over, you're used to somebody like this bearing a crest of some sort, right? Like if someone's this armored, you're looking for any identifiable features. You know who runs around in the area that you guys were, right? Like you know the Emerald Grove's the thing. You all know that the Harpers are a thing. You know that the Zementar are a thing, right? There's none of that. It's just blue and red cloth intertwined with chainmail.
I'm going to cast light on Skitter just to illuminate the area a little better.
Mm-hmm. As you do, Skitter kind of illuminates and kind of just hovers like right over the body, is what I kind of envision.
Yep.
The fog still hazily swirls around, but it's still clearer than even when you had fairy fire on yourself back at the camp. You all notice that he has a longsword laying next to him, and he has a leather messenger bag.
Pick up the sword. I look at it. I feel the blade, see if it's sharp.
It's sharp.
It was battle ready.
Appears to be silver.
I was just about to ask to inspect it to see if it was made of iron or not.
I think I like it. I think I'm gonna keep it.
Graven, depending on the usefulness of silver here in this place, I may be able to incorporate that into more than one weapon, potentially. It may take some time. But we may benefit from distributing that one sword amongst many of us. If
You're
that
fucking
makes sense.
I
You're
got you.
fucking Warforged, motherfucker.
I'm a Warforged artificer, dude.
I know. It all clicked in my head just right then. I was like, motherfucker.
Just something to think about. We can discuss it more later.
Yeah, I'll hang on to it for now. But yeah,
Okay.
I like the idea because this is not natural and it's weird.
Would I be able to tell, considering background, how long this guy has been dead?
Fresh. You can still slightly feel the heat radiating off of his innards.
So fresh. Wow. Okay. Should we
I would
inspect
look-
the bag that he's carrying?
I would look up and say, it's still close. Be on alert, and I would grab the bag,
Okay.
walk away from the body.
Does anybody else do anything around the body?
Jinx would ask for permission to run that nigga's pockets. Okay. Seeing the nod from Xavath, Jinx would go and pull his body out of this little tunnel, or at least into the most open space he can. And with respect, would go over the body and examine the armor and anything he might
While
have
he's
on.
doing that, I'd go in the bag.
Jinx, there's not much on him. You're pretty well acquainted with how heavy armor kind of works. There's not a lot of pockets, so most of anything would be in his bag. As you do go around the collar, though, you find a chain, and on the end of it is a pendant. And that pendant is a sun with an eye in the middle, like an eyeball. And the tips of the sun, right? So we do a circle, right? We have an eye in the middle, and then like the little like sparks. They're not like straight triangles. They're kind of like curved at like a 45 off to the side. They're fanned. You know what I mean? I have a Destiny reference I can make, but I try not to do that when DJ's in the chat. So, it looks like a certain ghost that we had from PvP that I used to run with.
Was it from PvP? It's from DLC.
Yes. You know exactly what the hell I'm talking about.
No other jewelry, no rings, nothing else on him.
No, nothing.
Does the armor look usable, or is it all fucked up?
The armor's it's pretty shredded.
Okay.
With you and your background, you could use it for, I would say, scrap if you could find a forge, right? And I know you have ways of doing that, but you
I would take
looking
whatever
at
was
it.
usable off of him. Again, respectfully, but I would take whatever scrap I could get from him.
I would say just for right now in your notes, we'll say you take 5 pounds of scrap.
Okay, it's called iron.
Right. Yeah, just iron. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just call it iron.
Whilst this is going on, no one probably noticed this for the minute, but Torin is just staring at the body, slightly disassociated from what's actually going on around, and just looking at the guts on the spread out and all that. And I haven't even blinked.
Torin, as you're kind of sitting here zoned out, looking at this, thinking about things, what really gets to you in that moment is you finally, without meaning to, like up till now you've been respectful, almost trying to ignore this gentleman's face. Like, you don't want to, like when you go to a funeral with open casket, like, yeah, I don't want to look at the fucking face. Like, I hate that shit, right? Like, you've tried so hard not to, but your eyes wander in a split second as you lose yourself, and you notice that there is a blood tear rolling down his left eye. And it just hits you a little harder.
I mean, upon noticing that, my breathing is very erratic. Like, I'm trying to contain myself, but I don't even notice you've said anything.
Hearing Graven say, "Are you all right, bud?" Jinx turns around and looks, and his eyes
Wait,
do that zoom
hold
in
on.
thing. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I said, "Are you okay, Bob?"
Bob. I heard Bud. Sorry. Okay, so he turns around. One eye zooms in on Torin. The other one zooms in on Graven, and then kind of pans back over.
I hate it here. It's chameleon eyes. Oh!
I did this with him in the last campaign that I used him.
I know.
Jinx gets up after gathering the scrap and walks over and pulls a water skin out and kind of steps in between Torin and the body and hands it over to Torin. Says, "You look like you could use a drink, Torin."
As Jinx breaks my line of sight with the body, I kind of almost snap out of it, take just a huge breath in, and I hold my hand out and say, "Thank you, Jinx." Jinx.
Torin, as you do that, you hear, like, as you're snapping out of it, you hear just a crow call. And it's super loud. All of you hear it, and you look up in the tree that this dude's, like, sitting right next to. There's just a single crow sitting up on one of the branches. Just watching. After about 30 seconds, it calls once more, flies off.
Would coffee be better than water, or is water sufficient?
Water sufficient, thank you.
Of course. Just give the water skin back when you're done with it. And he turns around and goes back to finish and picking up scrap.
What do I find?
As-
in this bag,
I will just say, as he says that, I stay staring at the where that crow had flown off from, just where it was perched for a second whilst I'm taking a drink.
So, within the bag, as all of this is happening, X, you start scrounging through. There's a couple of what you would consider personal trinkets. There's a locket with a picture of, appears to be, this man and a woman and a child. There's a handwritten note from who you would assume to be his son, wishing him the best on this message journey. And you would guess that because it starts with Daddy. There's no name signed to it. It's just a personal little, like, I'll miss you while you're gone. I can't wait for you to come back type of note. And then there is a ivory envelope with a stamp sealing it, a wax stamp.
Wax seal.
Yes. With a D as the crest, or as, like, the imprint, right?
D for Daddy. Sorry.
I would open the letter.
Okay.
Or the envelope.
I am creating a handout for you guys.
It may be in the journals section already. You can share it with us through Foundry.
Let me check real quick. Hold on.
As
No.
X is preparing to open this letter, I hand
I
the
see
water
one.
back to Jinx.
Did you mean to post that? Is that the one?
Hold on. I didn't post anything. That's why I'm confused right now. Hold on. So, journal. Did you all just get a handout come through?
Yeah.
It popped
I'm
up like
refreshing
3
because I
times.
might have.
I got 2 of them. Yeah,
What's it called?
3 of them.
It doesn't have a name. It says, "Hail to thee of might and valor."
That's it. That's it.
You're gonna have to.
Oh god, I got more than 2.
I don't know why it just did it like that, but it wanted to send it like 5 times. Yeah.
I got 5 of them. Yeah.
I don't know why it did. Maybe because there's 5. I only clicked it once, so I don't know.
Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy desperately or for? There's no R there. We plead for thy desperately needed assistance.
So desperately.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hold on. Ready for it?
Yeah.
Here comes a new one called Letter Words.
Okay.
Hey, nice.
All players. It's just
Hey.
yeah,
text.
we can see it.
It's
Yeah.
It's text.
The love of my life, Irina Kolyana, has been afflicted with an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer that might be had to thee and thy fellows if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand, and that I shall be thine. Kolyan Indirovich, Burgomaster.
So a lot of these last names are going to be Urvanovich. It's going to be your Transylvanian type fucking Slavic names, right? So if as we go through this, you all start to get confused on them, let me know and we can make sure we have ways of fucking separating and keeping track of who's fucking who, because there's a lot of them like this. Okay.
Indirovich. Or it could be Vic. Indirovich.
No, it's Indirovich.
Excuse me.
Is it with the CH?
Yeah.
Well,
Question comes, was he delivering that letter or was it to someone else? Was he coming back?
It was sealed, so he was delivering it to someone.
It was sealed. And
Right. Yeah, I broke it. I know.
yeah,
So,
the family message said for him to be safe on his travels to send the message.
So it
Right.
seems as though he is taking it to Barovia. I'm assuming you would have read that letter out loud, since Jinx did not have it.
yes.
Jinx would look at everybody and say, I've never heard of Barovia. Are you all familiar with this place?
Legends, Cursed Town.
Or perhaps Barovia is a person's name, because we don't know.
Well, that I think I know.
Yeah, but the way this letter is written.
Yeah?
Stroke.
Do you smell toast?
Burnt toast.
He's Asian all of a sudden. This redder.
Yeah. Just redder.
It was.
Hello, princess.
Oh, seafood.
Oh, Joe got it. All right, there we go. So,
Nice priority, clap his feet later.
so with this, I would assume Barovia is actually a city because they actually list names in this.
Yes, it does appear you're correct. I wonder what evil she was inflicted with. What wound?
Sounds like a curse.
It's like
Perhaps
a
we could
feast.
perhaps we could heat the wax and reseal the letter. Deliver it for them.
Deliver it where?
Barovia?
Yeah.
You know we don't have our cart.
We don't have our cart.
Maybe we'll find answers there. At least figure out where we are.
How the fuck to get out of here? Alright, well, from all this, where do we go from here?
Well, we can continue the path forward. I have a quandary. Why was this man in the middle of the woods?
We could ask ourselves that same question.
Well, we were in the middle of the woods because I smelled blood off the trail and we followed it. Why was he off the trail? And if we don't find anything, we can always return to the trail, but
Agreed.
Yeah.
And now,
yeah, headed back to the blood pool.
Okay, so you all start to retrace your steps. I don't need anybody to roll anything. I can give it to you guys. As you all go back and you're actually paying attention, like, in depth, because before you all were just kind of, like, following the blood, right? Now you're actually investigating the area.
Make sure Skitter stays illuminated with light, too, so that gives us 40 feet of illumination.
Okay. You guys start to notice that there are large humanoid footprints that kind of run tandem with the direction that that body was going. So you guys are walking back away from it, right? Like back to
The
the
footsteps are going the opposite direction we're headed.
Yeah.
Got it.
They're large, humanoid, to the point to where I would say the feet, if we're talking in like human feet size, we're talking like 15, 16s in shoes. And you all would take notice of 4 to 5 like imprint marks where a toenail would be, almost like a claw of some sort on each toe.
Do any of us know what werewolves are? Okay.
No. Well, hold on. Let's see. You all have a wizard.
I mean, I might have come across something.
And a very high intelligence robot of an indeterminate age.
Yeah, I mean, so it would just, I mean, I would say yes. I would give one of you all an advantage roll. Obviously, you're not monster hunters like that, so you're not Van Helsing. But through tales and studies, one of you might know something about what this could possibly be. So yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to do a roll,
What kind of a roll would you want?
we can do, I would say, Arcana.
What's your modifier, Dex?
Got a +6 on that.
I'm +7. Straight roll, no advantage or anything? Or
I
since
mean,
we're discussing it, could I get advantage?
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do the one roll, yeah,
Okay.
you can totally.
19.
So, as you're sitting here looking at this and kind of taking in everything from tonight, between the fog, the footprints, the gash across the gentleman's chest, there's this weird moment where the fog kind of splits and you catch a side glimpse of the moon. And you realize it's a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately in your head it clicks what this could be.
Jinx stops in his tracks completely. Like to the point where people will like run into the back of him. It's so abrupt. And I'm just looking at the moon.
Jinx?
Have you all ever heard tales of beasts that come out at night beyond the normal heebie-jeebies that we deal with in our adventures? Anything stand out to you all?
I mean, I've came across some text, but I've never really dove into it.
I remember hearing a story once about a man who was attacked by something in the forest, and he didn't die from it. The next morning, he kind of nursed his wounds, and he was okay, but about a month later, under a full moon, he went to bed and woke up in the forest, covered in blood, and he didn't know why.
I too have heard this tale.
The story is that he was bit by a creature in the forest and a disease was communicated over to him. And under every full moon, he turns into a very large, savage beast that is always looking for its next meal. It has large claws and feet that look kind of like that, and it only comes out under a full moon. Saying all this without even looking away from the moon. He just kind of points down at the footprints on the ground. I'm not saying that that's what is going on here, but there's a lot of things lining up that appear to point that direction. It's a fairy tale, but...
Deej, just an added note that you would know from that, because of your background. Now that it's all getting put together, you recognize that that sword is silver.
Mm-hmm.
And silver is how you actually kill these creatures.
Mm-hmm. And in putting that together, he would look over at Graven and say, keep that sword you found at the ready. It may be needed.
And again, grab it. And ready, as a soldier would.
Jinx would reach over and gently put his hand around yours and unsheathe the sword with your hand. Keep it at the ready. And then he would let go and turn and continue back toward the pool of blood.
Aye.
And now Skitter is flying behind us, backwards, looking behind us.
Okay.
While we march forward.
Okay. Going back, it's more of the same. You guys can start to actually paint the trail of where this happens. You actually didn't realize it on the path because you weren't looking, but you can see where from across the road on the other side of the woods, these footprints kind of came out of nowhere. You can see the start point. You all get back to the main road, and on the other side, there's 3 or 4 steps. And there's a large impact in the ground on where it looks like something jumped down and then ran across the road. There's nothing else special about the pool of blood in particular. It's just you guys can literally see. You can paint the picture that I would say by the end of it, Jinx in particular, that you would be pretty confident and breaking down that there was a werewolf, at least in your head, that jumped out of the trees, snatched somebody, and fucking got it.
Okay,
I did
so we
like
don't
the-
find
I did-
anything.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was
Nick.
just saying, I did like the little Lucius nod.
It's
Ew.
yeah, but so you guys get back to the road. There's nothing else really of significance here. I take it you guys continue down the road. There's not really anything else that you can do, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. As you guys are keeping track of time, it becomes apparent. I mean, you guys are just walking and walking and walking and walking to the point to where things start to look familiar, and you question if you're kind of walking in circles. You all don't think you are because there's still things that are changing, and you haven't come back across that pool of blood. But you notice that the time of day never changes. The full moon stays shining brightly. No clouds in the sky as the fog kind of wisp away every once in a while. It's always in the same position. How long do you guys go?
I mean, we need to rest again at some point.
I was gonna say, bro, I'm good to go until we need a rest, at least a break.
Okay. Stand by.
At least set up a fire just to get some food going or something.
Dun 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 dun. Hold on. All right. As you all see that. All right. So after, hold on. All right. So after walking for about 2.5, 3 more hours down this road, the fog kind of lets up in front of you. As you come over this hill, roughly a quarter mile in front of you, you are met with a giant walled structure. Built of stone, moss covered, and ever so slight mist that just kind of grazes the ground all the way up to the actual gates of this fortress, whatever this thing is.
And this dwarf I know would love this wall.
Right. As you all get closer, I take it you're going to go towards the wall. Right.
Unless
not
there's
really
something
a-
else that's more appealing.
No. As you all get closer, you notice that there are giant 30-foot statues on each side of this giant 20-foot gate. Each is a up-armored soldier with a sword held down in front of them, standing at attention. Both the heads of these soldiers have been broken off through time and lay as a monument to the side on the ground. As you get closer, you hear a metallic click. You watch as the rust of the hinges on these gate doors, because they're like French doors. They're not, it's not like a,
Ellis?
yes, thank you. As the doors seemingly begin just to open, a large creak echoes through as it seems like these doors haven't been open in ages, centuries. You watch as rust begins to flake and break off. And the gates open just enough for you all to walk through. As you look behind you, you realize that the fog seems to be encroaching closer behind.
As if it's pushing us forward, right?
Essentially. Off in the distance, you hear two wolves talking to each other, howling in the middle of the night. They're still. The fog is still. You guys gonna go through?
Fuck
Oh,
it.
so.
Yep.
Got nowhere else to go.
As you all begin to walk through the gates, as the last person goes through, the gates begin to close behind you. As they do, you all stop for a second and just watch as they close. And the fog seems to come right up to the gate.
Doesn't come in.
And doesn't come in. It comes right up to the gate. Lucius, as you look out into the fog,
No Lucius here.
Wrong name.
fuck.
You're not even the DM for that character.
I know. I just looked at, I'm used to looking at you, and I'm like, Lucius. Now,
Lucius would be dope as fuck in this campaign, though, for the record.
yeah. Torin. I promise I'll learn your all's fifth fucking name. Like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, you chose this, buddy.
I know. Torin. As the gate closes and you kind of look back, it's where you hear a familiar voice. A childish voice. A hint of laughter. As you turn and look, you swear that the fog turned into a face. A face you very much recognize.
I slowly I get as close to the gate as I can without touching it. And I'm just I don't even know. Torin doesn't know. Torin is just
It's like you heard it, you turned, you saw a quick glimpse, and then the fog just went back to swirling, and then all of a sudden became still again.
just staring past the gate. Torin just I take one just a huge breath in and I'm stuck because I think Torin's stuck. Just I'd seen something like that just for a split second is, but trying to put in my head that maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me, especially what the hell's going on at the moment. I just take a huge breath and turn back to the group and just if we're walking towards the entrance to this place. Even if we stopped, I walk past them and just go to wherever this is going. Trying to keep my composure the entire time.
Anybody react to that, or just kind of?
I would be more interested in the way forward, not the way back.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have seen him.
Okay. So, you all continue forward. And you see a small, tattered sign right as you get probably 300-400 feet past the gate. Decrepit, rotting wooden sign that says, "Welcome to Barovia."
Wasn't that the name of that in that letter?
Yep.
It was a town.
Oh,
Suppose it is a town then.
I will add, the entire time we're walking through here now, my hand is gripping the toy that is tied to my waist.
You all continue. And where you expect to see a village or something on the other side of this fucking gate.
Yes.
Alright, as you all push in, you would expect, you all have been through various towns. I mean, going into Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter, right? These large, extravagant borders and, you know, these walls, you're used to it. You expect there to be a hustle and bustle of the city behind it. There's nothing. It's more just land. It's literally just desolate land. Only difference is that the fog isn't in here. There's a slight, like, mist that just kind of hangs out right on the ground, right? It kind of turns the grass more of like that white color. You know what I mean?
So there is grass, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's grass.
You said desolate. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
The Jinx is coming out of me. I'm
Trees.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Trees are sporadic. Nothing like what you all just kind of went through.
Okay.
And you continue to follow the road, and you do come up to where you can see buildings off in the distance, probably a quarter, half mile in front of you guys. You haven't seen a sign of life. From where you all are at, there are no lights on in the village. There's no movement. There's no hustle and bustle. By this point, you all are used to being able to hear just the normalcies of a city or town, right? Push forward, and the first house that you kind of come to is up on your all's right. It's kind of set up on a hill. It's a giant old row home. It's kind of separated from the rest of the actual town. As you will start to push up towards it, you start to hear the cries of a child. And as you all get closer, you can see that outside of this manor, there is a boy and a girl. And the girl, who's older, probably around 13, seems to be not coddling, but reassuring this boy who looks to be about 8 years old. He's crying, sitting on the ground, clutching this ragged-looking doll, for lack of better terms. It's dirty, ragged. It's more black than it is the color that you think it once was, which would have been like a burlap, right? And as you all approach, you can hear her say, It'll be okay, Thorn. It's not the first time this has happened. It'll be okay. We just have to wait for Father to return. As you all approach, she stops and looks up and just looks at you all almost defeated. Like a child who's had to be a parent for too long. And she says, Hello? And she stands up.
Where are we, little one?
Barovia, of course. Are you? You're not from here.
No.
She's wearing a, I'd say like 18th century. So think like Gothic horror, right? We all know what we're doing here. She's not a vampire, but it's still that Gothic England kind of dress, right? She's wearing this elegant, beautiful black gown that has gold accents woven through it. The buttons are gold that go down the front of her dress. It's very tight around her waist, very like Wednesday Addams, right? Her brother, who now that I've made that, is essentially Pugsley. I don't have any other way to describe. I just literally made that fucking. God damn it! It's fine, but he's a little more rotund, short hair,
Tom.
wearing just a simple button-up white shirt.
Are y'all in mourn?
No. It's my mother, and as she says that, you hear the boy just yell, "Don't talk of her! I hate her!" And he goes back to just crying. I hate her.
Why would one
She
hate
looks-
their mother?
Well, you see, every once in a while, mother gets not angry, but what was the word? Overwhelmed. And when she gets overwhelmed, father has to go further into town. While he's gone, she's not always the nicest to us, but then her friends come over, and when her friends come over, we just go upstairs. But last night was different. We heard screaming. And it wasn't the normal type of screaming. And again, the little boy just yells, "Stop talking about her! Stop talking about her!"
Do they lay hands
She
on
says,
you?
"No, she didn't. She has, but no, not this time."
How was the screaming different this time?
Well, it was them screaming, not us. And
So
she
the
looks at you deadpan, like
Okay.
when she says it.
So the normal screaming is from you all, but this time it was her friends that came over that were screaming?
And her.
Was it
There was-
excited and happy screaming, or was it like they were hurting kind of?
No, it seemed like it was hurting. Like there's a monster, and the boy just goes ahead and speaks up. "Just tell him it's the monster in the basement. It's always the monster in the basement." And he grabs his doll and just starts rocking back and forth.
Have you seen the monster in the basement before? Or have you only heard it?
She looks towards the ground and just shakes her head. We're told never to go into the basement, which is fine. There's no reason for us to go to the basement. We stay upstairs, and everything's fine. And if mother gets angry, then we just hide, and we hide in our spot. She'll never find us there. She never finds us there. But this time we weren't able to. I tried to get our baby brother, but the screams scared us, and we ran out of the house. We haven't been back in since last night.
Is anyone home right now?
I mean, my mother and her friends were there, and our baby brother should be up in the nursery. It's on the third floor.
I would turn and look at the group and say, I'm not always the best at reading social situations, but I believe the situation here indicates that we should inspect the basement.
And she speaks up. The monster's one thing, but our baby brother. Could you at least go in and get our baby brother? And immediately the boy starts just screaming and repeating over and over and over. I'm not going in. I'm not going in. I can't go in. I'm not going in. You can't make me go in. No, 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 no. And like she stops and has to like bear hug him. And say it's okay, Thorn. We don't have to go. We're not going back in. You don't have to go back in. It's okay.
As soon as she asks, Torin instantly says, "Don't worry. You don't have to go back in. We will get your baby brother."
What? Do you hear that, Thorn? They're gonna make sure he's okay, and
Insight check.
nothing needed. She seems 100% genuine.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless there was something very specific you look for, if you're just thinking that she seemed genuine with that, then 100%.
Trying to identify any indication that whatever she's asking us to go do might not actually be something that needs done, basically.
I got you. From everything, we could just even say you had like a perfect fucking roll in that thing. She, based on their reactions, she is very genuine with what she's asking.
Okay. How do you get to the basement? Is it from inside, or is there a cellar door outside?
No, it's inside.
Okay.
Through the kitchen. And she stops, like, there's slight hesitation as she says that. Not in that she's trying to be deceitful, but it's like she's not supposed to talk about it, right?
Yeah, why am I telling you this?
It's that childhood, like, she's conflicted.
So if we were to go to the third floor and we were to check on your brother, which door would we use?
Well, if you go in, there's a giant red marble spiral staircase. You take that all the way up, and it's and she starts kind of doing one of these things. It should be a door in front of you on the left.
Okay.
When you come up the stairs, door on the left.
Would you like us to go check on your brother?
Yes, please.
I don't stand, I'm already standing, but I turn to look at the rest of the group and say, should we check on the brother?
These are innocent.
Yes.
Most of the time.
Xavath?
My dad.
One second, young lady, please. Just one moment, please. Xavath.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry. Xavath. Should we check on the brother? These aren't the kind of things that we vote on. It's all or nothing.
I would agree to go to the house, but and I'll look at the kids and I say, "Do you have somewhere else to stay? Instead of out here. Is there anyone else's home you can go to?"
We could always go to the inn. The Blue Light Keep. It's just down the road in town. I guess we could go there, but I don't know if I want to do that until we have my brother. And you kind of just can tell that she's conflicted. Like, she doesn't want to be there. Like, she does not want to be there.
She knows she needs to be for right now.
Right.
Okay.
We can always wait out here. And to describe this manor to you guys, there's an actual, like, it's a compound, right? It's got a stone wall around the entire house. It's very much shaped like an old Victorian row home, but it's standalone. So literally think fucking Addams Family house, right? There's no other way for me to describe this shit. And right next to the gate on the placard, on the wall, there's a placard that says Durst Manor.
Okay.
Why does
Jinx
the mist not come in here?
What do you mean?
As he says that, my reaction to him in a different language. If I'm not mistaken, you speak Sylvan, correct?
Yeah.
I will tell you, they have no idea.
Understood.
And then I'll sign to, while I'm saying that to him, I'll sign to Jinx, best as I can, the letter.
As X. Oh,
Good. No, go ahead.
Oh.
Are you using ASL?
It's common sign language in the game.
X, as you turn to face Jinx. It's really just as you're turning between. Do you realize, like, mid-sentence, as you're sitting here talking, that the fog is encroaching? You can't see the way in which you just came.
Okay.
It's about 40 feet away from you all.
Jinx is going to walk up to the little girl and kind of squat down in front of her and go, I was told once that getting down on a shorter person's level is a more comforting gesture to them. Do you feel more comfortable right now? And he holds his hands out just like this, like he's trying to take her hands in his.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not grabbing her, he's just waiting patiently.
Yeah, okay. I guess it's nice not to have to look up at an adult when I talk to them.
It strains your neck, right?
Well, that and they're always looking down on me. And talking down on me.
I look at you as an equal.
You see just like the corner of her mouth just perk up ever so slightly.
What if I told you that...
And as you're talking, she takes her hands and just rests them right on yours.
Okay. And very gently, I kind of grasp them. Very, very, like, fatherly, almost.
Sure.
But, like, loving fatherly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least trying to imitate that as best as Jinx can. He's seen it a million times, but he looks at her and says, what if I told you that we could go inside and check on your brother and check the basement and stay out here with you all at the same time?
You can do that?
Of course I can. I'm not a person like they are. I can do all kinds of special things.
Sometimes I don't feel like a person. I know I am, but I'm not treated like one.
I'm not always treated like a person either.
Well, you're not a person.
But I act like one.
She just kind of nods.
Do you like bugs?
I really like spiders.
I'm gonna cast Find Familiar, and a spider's gonna appear on my shoulder.
You just kind of watch as like her eyes glow.
What should we name him?
Pedestal.
Pedestal is a perfect name. We're gonna sit outside here with you for a little bit, and Pedestal's gonna go check on your brother for me and tell me what he sees, okay?
Can I hold him?
As long as you promise not to hurt him, sure. You can
A
only hold him
rose-
for a second, though, because he's got to go inside, okay?
That's fine. A rose would never hurt its pedestal.
Oh, that's very sweet. Is your name
My
Rose?
My name's Rose, and
Okay.
my brother's Thorn.
Oh, yeah, I heard you say his name earlier. That's very nice. Here, and I pick up Pedestal and put it in the palm of her hand. I kind of gently turn her hand over and place the spider in her hand.
Immediately, she just starts petting, and she is just as content as it could be.
Okay.
You kind of watch just like as for the first time, she doesn't look like she's surrounded by doom and gloom. It's like she's
Yeah.
happy.
Just a
She's
spark of joy
genuinely-
in the
yeah.
palm of her hand.
Yeah.
So can we go ahead and send him inside, and maybe we can have more conversations about other kinds of things that you like? And he can go inside and check stuff out for us. Is that okay? And we'll stay out here with you.
Oh, okay. He's gonna come back, right?
Yeah, of course. I can get him back whenever I want. And you all would notice that Jinx is not speaking in the analytical way he speaks to you. It is very human right now. Very emotional. Very in touch. And it is a... You've probably seen him do it, but it is a very rare thing for him to do. So we can get him back whenever we want, but he's going to go inside and he can talk to me up here. And he can tell me what's in there. So we can go check on your brother and we find out he's okay. And then we can go check on the basement and see if that spooky monster's down there or not. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I'll pick up Pedestal and kind of put him on the ground and he's off. Going under the door, the gap under the front door.
Okay.
And he's going to go up to the third floor first in the most circuitous way possible to avoid anyone who might be inside. Priority for the spider is staying out of view.
Are you seeing through him, or are you just waiting to hear from him?
I am waiting to hear from him so I can see through him.
Okay.
And I'm going to stay present with her for the moment.
Okay. At what point do you want to be able to go and look through to him when he gives you like a...
So first thing he's going to do is go upstairs to the third floor, top of the steps, the door on the left, like she described. As he's going under that door, assuming it's closed, I want him to let me know, and I'll go into his eyes at that point and see what's in that room, so I can communicate to her directly as it's happening, and I'll describe what he's doing, where he's walking across the floor, and assuming he doesn't see something scary, or what I would perceive as scary, then I'll communicate anything that's happy-go-lucky to her.
Okay. Give me
Sorry
one
for kind of taking over here, boys. This just made a lot of sense.
No, you're
You're
fine.
You're doing,
I just-
you're doing it what your
I
character would
will-
do. My
I
only
will
thing
add
would be
Tor-
on.
Torin's more staying away from this and kind of not.
Distancing yourself intentionally?
Yeah, I'm intentionally distancing myself. I've found if there's a wall or anything near here, I'm like leaned against it and kind of facing away. I'm not trying to make eye contact with her or the other kid or anything.
If Jinx is still paying attention to the rest of us at any point, I would still try to signal you to say just one word. Ritual.
Ritual? Yeah, I would look back at you and just cross my pointer across my palm. What?
I would then screaming, baby brother, father's left.
Okay.
So,
wrong.
I'm going to...
Well, and again, just so Dex and Crack, if he can still hear us, would understand.
Yep.
My background was to investigate rituals
Yeah, I got you.
and
That makes sense.
mysticism
Right.
shit. You guys don't know that because I haven't
Yeah.
explained that, but that's where
You still point. You're pointing something important out, though, and I would telepathically communicate that to Pedestal. That if he hears anything out of the ordinary inside, to let me know so I can drop in real quick and check it out with him. He doesn't have to ignore all things and go to the 3rd floor. If there's a
Right.
fucking party in the kitchen, go peek that party real quick, right?
Screams, all that shit.
If you guys want to look at my stream real quick, this is the house, just so
Okay.
everyone can see, have an idea of, like, it's literally Adam's family house, right? Like, it's a
Yeah.
row home that's fucking huge. This module didn't do all the handouts like TOA did, so
Okay.
I'll take screenshots and make handouts after this session, because the
I
rest
can
of
walk
it's
you through how to do that once we get those tools installed, because Monks is perfect for that.
okay.
I can even
'Cause-
help you do some of them if it's okay that I see them. Obviously,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
everything, but
Yeah, that's fine. I just want you all to have. I know usually I have visuals up when I'm sitting here describing things,
Yeah.
but a lot of
Right,
this is theory of the mind until we get into it. I just wanted you all to see what the house looked like before. That way you get an idea, right?
Right.
that's cool.
Stop streaming. All right.
So I would communicate to the spider, if there's anything out of the ordinary other than people just living in their home, let me know so we can check it out real quick. But our priority is staying at a site and getting to the 3rd floor for now. Once we're past that, more instructions are to follow.
Okay.
And then once he takes off, I'm sitting down on my bottom and I'm pulling out a whole bunch of the marbles that I have and I'm starting to light them up randomly for her. Just kind of occupying her time,
I got
showing how I can make all these different things glow and they go out. When I light another one, the last one goes out. And I'm just doing this cool shit with her.
Okay.
And Skitter's right there too. I introduced her to Skitter as well.
Cool. She's fascinated. I know she loved the spider, but the fact that you have this little, like, robotic fucking beetle thing is just as cool to her. And Thorn, even, well, he's still very, like, hesitant to really interact. Like, he's very distraught being younger. At one point, Skitter kind of, like, flies around him and, like, he looks over and, like, looks up. Like, you can tell that he wants to engage. He's just not ready yet.
Okay.
But that's fine. You do that. After about, I would say, 3 to 5 minutes, you get a little yoo-hoo.
A ding dong from Pedestal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
When that happens, I tell Rose and Thorn, if you guys could play with my friends here for a minute, I need to go talk to my friend over here on the wall, and I'll be right back with you, okay? And then I get up and I go over to Torin and just say, hey, watch me for a second. And I go into the spider's eyes and ears.
Okay. As you go into it, you are looking from, like, a corner under, like, a cabinet or something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The spider kind of steps out real quick, and it appears that it's a bedroom of some sort. It looks like a nursery of some sort. There's obviously, like, a normal sized bed. There's a rocker thing, like an old, like, Victorian wooden rocker with the black veil over it. And you can see the back of a woman that appears, like, you can see from behind that it looks like she's holding, like, a baby, and she's singing a song. You don't
Do I recognize it?
You don't recognize the language.
Okay.
It's a dialect that you've never heard, but the accent, I have to train myself again, boys, on how to do Transylvanian accents, so where they don't all sound fucking the same. So hopefully I can get there again. It's been so many years since I've had to do it. I gotta get myself back into it before I do fucking accents for everybody. But
just watch Van Helsing, you'll be fine.
Once not everybody's Scottish again, we're fine.
yeah, or everyone's just gonna be Borat and be like, well, you see, they came into the village and it was great. King at the castle, like, but she's
Actually, what Strahd sounds like.
yeah. Oh, wait for that. Hello, I have waited for you. One. But yeah, there's a woman singing a to you probably sounds a little slow and morbid. Think if you were singing like Tiptoe Through the Tulips, but you slowed it down.
Okay. Like you
You
put it
get
in a
what I'm
minor
saying?
key kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like a
gotcha.
little slower. But she's sitting there just, and every once in a while she does speak common, and it's little things just like shh, hush, hush. It's okay.
I got you.
It's okay.
I'm gonna tell the spider to go up on the. How tall are the ceilings in here, roughly?
12 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna have the spider, and it's dark in the room. Okay, I'm gonna have him go up on the ceiling and try to get a better view. Ideally, to get this, to see some facial features, just to describe a person, so I can say, "Hey, is this what your mommy looks like?" Like that. I'm looking for that kind of stuff, and to see if the baby's actually in her arms.
I got you. Yeah, I mean it's totally. That's a spider. It's pretty fucking easy to do, right? There's a fireplace in the room, so up on the mantle, and it gives you that perfect like view to where you can actually see like from the side, looking at like a 45, right? Like a broadside.
Hang on, Maddie's coming down to tell me goodnight. Are you here?
It's been a minute, bud.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, you were saying from like a 45-degree angle from the mantle.
Beautiful late 30s, early 40s Victorian woman wearing a white gown, like a nightgown. Brunette hair. I'm going to describe it this way, but I don't want you to run with it. It's just how I understand. She looks like Galadriel. There's no other way. If Galadriel had fucking brown hair, right? Just that perfect. She's not elvish. She's human.
Yeah, but she has like narrow features.
Like, yeah, just that typical like Victorian woman from back then. Her hair's up in a bun, right on the back, high pinched, and she's 100% holding an infant.
And it appears to be alive.
Yes. Yeah, it's not there. Yeah, there's no like dead baby being held in this fucking room thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else of note in the room? Like as soon as he gets a view of all that, he's out of her view. I don't want him to be at any sort of risk at being seen by her or anything. So right away he's gone.
The only other thing I've noticed, there seems to be a dark stain on the bed sheets.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of is like there's a weird stain on the bed sheets.
I'm gonna have the spider crawl over it and get a sniff, and then exit the room.
Okay. I guess that would technically be a
perception, right?
Perception? Yeah, I guess. To smell the random.
Hey, just making sure, man.
That's what Lucius has to do every time he smells.
That's like your mom.
It's a 9. Not a great roll.
Okay. It's fine. Reports back, like, as you hear the spider kind of, like, work through its thought process. Smells irony.
Okay.
Immediately goes to blood, and then he goes, wait, proteins. Afterbirth.
Oh. Okay. All right. Downstairs, please. Let me know when you get to the basement door.
Okay.
And I'm back and present again.
Okay.
I walk back over, and whether they're talking, playing, whatever they're doing, I immediately interrupt them.
Like, while he was doing his trance thingy with the spider, I went over to Thorn and I pulled out that silver sword. It's like, you ever held one of these?
He kind of looks up for a second and just shakes his head no.
You want to?
Kind of stops for a second, like hesitant, and just like he doesn't look at you, but nods yes.
I hand it to him.
Like ever so slightly.
I hand it to him, hilt first.
As you kind of put it towards him, he just sits there and looks at it for a second, and
I will say it is heavy, so be prepared.
watch as he takes this doll. To you all looks terrifying, by the way. Like, it's the most raggedy, and like, I'll show you a picture of this thing after this part, and you'll be like, what the fuck? Like, they're just creepy, like, voodoo dolls. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's Barovia, so like, they look like little fucking voodoo dolls.
I mean, dolls
like,
back then in the 1700s they were fucking weird looking, dude.
Right.
Yeah. So he sets it down and kind of takes both of his hands, and as soon as he gets both of them around the hilt, I mean, this hilt is huge compared to his small little fucking bitch mittens, right?
Now, I'm assuming that the hilt has silver in it as well, and it is physically able to be touched when he grabs it, right?
Yeah, he grabs it,
Okay.
and as he does, if you kind of let go, like, he's kind of, oh, and he watches, like, the weight of it kind of falls down, and he finds, like, that comfortable place to, like, rest his hands tight in. And it's just like, that's pretty cool.
See what you were trying to do there, Jordan? That was clever as shit. I just want to put that out there.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, once we get your brother out, maybe we'll find you one in your own size. A little bit fits you better.
That'd be nice, and I could help protect and kill the monster in the basement myself.
There's a good chance we'll take care of that for you. But the next one.
Well, if it comes back.
Yeah, like I said. Does he come here often?
No, but there are tales of monsters coming back in this place. Not here, but in Barovia.
Yeah. There's an old saying I learned. If you want peace, just be prepared for war. So.
My dad went to war once.
Did he come back?
Sorta. He wasn't nearly as happy.
War can change anybody. Amy, look at me.
He's been very mad since the von Zaroviches took over and won the war. He always curses about this man by the name of Strahd. I've always being carried around places in his fancy black cart with his flaming horse. I don't know what's so special about him. But if I could, I'd slay him. He's not very liked around here.
Is he not?
No. My dad says he's the real monster.
You ever seen this Strahd?
No. But Dad says he's the reason for the gloom around here, why everybody looks so sad, why everybody's in constant pain. He controls the mist. He controls everything. And that doesn't seem fair. Dad's taught me to share, and he doesn't share, he just takes.
You know where
And
this... Go ahead.
Everyone's so scared of him.
Do you know where this guy lives?
In his castle, of course. Ravenloft. You can't miss it.
Which direction is that?
He points further down towards Barovia, the village. So two things. Barovia is obviously the country, essentially, but you all are in the village of Barovia right now. There are multiple villages that you all will go to, so just so you guys can keep track.
So Barovia is the name of the state and the city.
Yes.
Like New York, New York.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's, at least from what I've heard, it's up on a mountain cliff, overlooks the entire land, in between here and Valarki.
That's malarkey.
I've never been, obviously. We don't ever get to go anywhere. Father says it's dangerous and prefers for us to stay here. I can't even remember the last time I've been outside.
I think right here is probably a good point for me to interrupt to keep it on brand with what I said before.
Yeah.
There. Do you have the ability to contact? You can go into this thing whenever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You still haven't heard back from this thing.
I just left it like 4 seconds ago and walked straight over to these guys having the conversation.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were waiting to hear back. I'm sorry.
No.
Jump in time. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
it's okay. We just kind of went backwards a little bit in
Yeah.
their conversation. That's all.
Yeah.
At least that's how I imagined that happening.
No, you're good.
As did I, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say I come over immediately after leaving the spider and getting the afterbirth shit. I come over and interrupt the conversation right there and ask her, aside from Thorn and your little brother, do you have any other brothers or sisters? Do you have any other siblings of any kind? And Jinx seems even more human right now. There's a little bit of, not panic, but urgency behind this. And again, it's a far diversion from the normal analytical person you see.
So wait, are you asking if they have any other siblings besides the baby brother that they've already talked about?
The one that
Yes.
we went to go check on?
I'm asking her and Thorn if they have the baby brother. Are there any other siblings at all?
No, they both
Okay.
immediately would shake their heads. Our brother was just born last week. I've only ever even seen him 3 times. They don't like us to get near him because of illness. Something about babies get sick easy. I don't know.
I'm grabbing the sword back from Thorn and sheath it.
Okay. The monster in the basement. Can you tell me anything about that?
I know it only makes noise and gets mad at night time.
I'm going to try to keep her attention on those balls in my hand again and just kind of light them up to keep her, present,
Okay.
right? I'm going to keep her from regressing into a panicked...
I got you. No, it's just, and she's fixated on you just moving these balls, right? It's like light to her. Like, just the fact that you're able to do this, like, this is, like, you're a fucking magician to her right now. Like, she's never seen anything like you. You are a spectacle, my God. All of you all are. You're the weirdest fucking group of people she's ever fucking seen.
So I just want to keep her trust, but I want to try to coax as much out of her as I can, but keeping her comfortable at the same time. This is 100% an information dive for me.
I got you. He makes noise at night. I've never seen it. Like I said, we're not allowed to go down there.
What kind of noise? Does he growl?
Growls, moans, bangs. You can hear him through the whole house.
It sounds kind of like Graven, actually.
And when he does that, Mother gets stressed. Mother gets anxious. And within a few nights, there always seems to be a party. And usually, when the parties happen, we just go upstairs and we're told to stay in our rooms until
While
she
she's
lets us
talking
out.
to me and telling me all this, I'm gonna ping the spider and just check in. Like, hey, are we good?
He comes back, essentially saying, yeah, I mean, we're good, but I can't find the door to the fucking basement.
Check the
He's
kitchen.
like, he would immediately come back, I'm in the kitchen. Like, I can't, there's no door. I don't know where the basement is.
Okay.
And he comes back and says, but I heard a bang
We're from that room.
from under.
Okay, find a hiding spot. I'll get back with you in a second.
Okay.
And I'm back into listening to her.
He also, when you say find a hiding spot, he goes, there's no need. There's nobody else in the house.
Find a hiding spot anyway.
Okay.
I'm back to listening to her talk about the monster in the basement and the party that came after.
Yeah, she goes on ranting. There always seems to be a party, and it's different people every time, and I don't know any of these people. But we just stay up in our room until the next morning when we're let out.
What's the party sound like?
Well, you can always hear the clinging of plates, like they're having dinner, and Mother always makes the best meal. I can't say that we hate it. I don't like being locked in my room all night, but that's when we get roast. That's when we get potatoes. It's when we actually get to eat.
The parties always come after the monster makes its noises, though.
Yes. Always.
Okay.
And
You've never seen the monster?
no, I don't ever go anywhere near the basement. If you heard this thing, you would understand why.
No, I believe you. I believe you. Can you tell me how to get to the basement again? You mentioned a door, I think, in the kitchen, right?
That's at least where Mother always goes. I don't. I don't know. To be honest, I've never even seen the basement. She just always goes into the kitchen and says she has to go down. And I know that's where people go for the party. That's where they go to have wine. Which, if you didn't know, is disgusting. I'm not a fan of that. I
jokingly cling where my mouth should be and say, unfortunately, I don't know.
Well, from what Father says, there's a really nice winery here in town, and it was supposed to be, the way they talked about it, the finest stuff in the land, and I don't know, it just tasted sour to me. I spit it out immediately, and of course I can't say anything to Mother, and please don't say anything. I would get in a lot of trouble. But
did it taste sour, or did it taste like you had a coin in your mouth?
no, it didn't taste like metal.
Okay.
It tasted sour. That's the only way I
Like juice that sat out a little too long?
yeah.
Kind of like that? Okay. Okay. If I wanted to talk to your mommy, how could I do that?
find her?
Was
In
she
the house?
upstairs with your brother, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since last night. I haven't seen either of them since last night. Have you heard
checked
from?
upstairs?
And she starts to get frantic again. Have you heard from Pedestal? He was supposed to find him by now. Is my baby brother okay?
Your baby brother looks fine. Yeah, I heard from Pedestal. He's up in his room. He's okay.
Has she
You want
found?
to go inside? You want to go inside and see him?
She immediately shakes her head no. Like,
Why not?
I don't want to go back in that house. I don't want to go in the house.
Why not?
It's where the bad things are. Please don't make me go in the house. And she starts getting
I'm not gonna
very
make you.
like.
Not gonna make you do anything. I'm not gonna make you do anything. We don't make people do things. That's not what we do.
The heck? Did you find my mother?
Let me talk to my friends real quick and see what we want to do to try and help you, okay? Because we want to help you and Thorn out, I think. Let me talk to them and see if we can come up with a plan real quick, and we'll figure that out. And then we'll let you know what we can come up with, and maybe we can go find your mom together.
But did you... So, my mother wasn't with my brother?
I didn't say that.
And, like, her breathing is just, like... that borderline fucking anxiety setting in where, like, the voice gets shaky, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's keeping it together. It's just, like, she's on the brink of, like, fucking emotional breakdown.
Okay. I go back to doing the light thing. Not like in her face or anything, right? I'm not trying to hypnotize the kid or anything. Right? Look at the distraction. I'm not trying to do that. But
Right.
I turn back and look at the group and say, ideas, guys? I think I've taken this as far as I can.
Say we go in and look for ourselves. Take it down.
Do you want us to go look through the house and try to find your mom for you real quick and make sure she's with your brother and that everything's okay? Those silly spiders can get things wrong sometimes.
She looks at you and just...
Okay. I recall, at some point in that conversation, I recall the spider back out.
Sure.
He's back with me. I give him to her.
Okay.
Just keep an eye on them too. And say, if you're okay with it, we're going to go inside. Is that okay? And you can stay out here with Pedestal. Rose can play with the Pedestal, and I'll check in on you with him. Okay?
She, like, puts her hand down on the ground, and, like, Pedestal just kind of, like, crawls, like, right up on her shoulder. And just sits, and she just starts, like, petting him like this.
Okay. And I'm going to leave Skitter outside with Thorn as well.
Cool. As Skitter kind of goes over, like, by now, Thorn's a little more relaxed, and he's been relaxed since the sword, and he starts trying to, like, play with Skitter. Like, he picks up, like, a little pebble and just, like, holds it up like this, and, like, half, like, chucks it to see if it will go fetch like a fucking dog. I don't know if it would, but he's, like, trying to interact with this thing.
Jinx would tell Skitter through, like, common sign language, play with him.
Okay.
And just leave it at that. So yes, he would absolutely play along.
Okay.
I look at the rest of the guys and say, yes or no?
Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go and go inside, shut the door, and break contact from her so we can discuss an actual plan other than going inside.
Okay.
And there's nobody on this first floor, right?
No. So literally, your spider would have told you that there is nobody on the first floor. There's food on the kitchen table, so it looks lived in. Oil lamps are all filled with oil, but none of them are lit. But the only person that was seen was up in that nursery.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay, so since it's dark in here, I'm going to give everybody a marble. So everybody's got a 5-foot light on them if they want it. You can put it in a pocket and it'll go out. So use it if you want to. Don't use it if you don't, but I need to use it.
I reactivated torch and all that shit for you all, so...
Okay.
Alright,
So
so...
while already setting that up, I would ask Jinx to relay everything that he found.
Yeah,
since
and I
we
would.
essentially just walked into the house.
I would. Because I recognize that I'm working off information you all don't have, and you're putting a lot of trust in me right now because of it.
It's also not socially acceptable to just walk into someone's house.
Right.
And we're in a city that we don't know.
Considering that I know what a werewolf is, would I know what a vampire is? Would anything about this place, anything at all, since I have some nostalgic lore like that in my brain, would I know anything about vampires at all? Would any of this trigger that thought?
You just mean as far as the land goes?
Everything we've experienced from walking away from our camp to here.
Knowing
that there is a werewolf, knowing that there is a mist that is being controlled by someone named... What's his nuts?
Strahd, yeah.
Strahd von Zarovich.
Strahd von Zarovich.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I would say that you would have enough knowledge to put together that, like, if you're dealing with fucking werewolves, it's very possible that there are vampires around here, or that this is essentially, like, everything you've ever heard from, like, fairy tales.
Yeah. Seems to be a thing here. Did we lose him? We lost him again.
Oh, nope. No.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, we're back. You guys would know, like, the basics about vampires, right? Like,
okay, so would I know that... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You would know that sunlight's bad.
Yeah.
It's been dark the entire time you've been here.
Yep.
You would know that they have to be invited in.
That's where I was going with that. That's why I wanted to know.
Yeah. So any of those, like, traditional tropes, I would say you all know, or it's not going to take you guys long to figure it the fuck out. Because Strahd's very fucking open about who the fuck he is. Like...
So, while walking through the first floor of this house together, with our beads in hand, tiptoeing, in the dark, trying not to be loud, Jinx would whisper, or at least as best he could whisper, probably an octave or two louder than it probably should be. You guys ever heard of vampires?
Oh.
They're interesting. So they're bloodsuckers for starters. They have fangs, kind of like our werewolf friend out there, but less dog and more person. And they drink blood. And there's a weird thing about them where they can't come into your house unless you invite them in. So, I don't know how that applies here, but we were just invited in and it made me think about it. So, I just wanted to bring that up. I don't know what we're walking into here. My synapses are firing at every fucking turn right now. This thing's going crazy.
Alright. So, I think everything's enabled the way it's supposed to be. You all can see through the windows, so you should be able to see if you move around the exterior out here. Alright, so, as you all walk up to the gate, a wrought iron gate with hinges on one side and a lock on the other fills the archway of a stoned portico. The gate is unlocked, and its rusty hinges shriek as you all open it. Oil lamps, Jesus Christ. Oil lamps hang from the portico ceiling by chains, flanking a set of oaken doors that open into a grand foyer.
Well, yay. Somebody open the doors.
Jesus Christ, it's always so jarring. Don't be clicking them things, fucking Jordan.
It wasn't me.
Right?
This time.
As you all come into the main hall, White Hall runs the width of the house, with a black marble fireplace at the one end and a sweeping red. Alright, so you guys can go ahead and. Quit it! Quit it!
Two people clicking it.
Alright, there you go. Alright, so. Jesus Christ. Alright, so. That second room you all just walked through. Hanging on the south wall of the foyer is a shield embezzled with a coat of arms. A stylized golden windmill on a red field. Flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. You all would take these to be members of the family. I mean, this is an estate after all, right? Mahogany-framed double doors leading from the foyer to the main hall are set with panes of stained glass in front of you. The left one is of a sun, and the right one is a moon. And it's the same, like, grassy hillside on each one, right? So, the hall you guys are in now. Wide hall runs the width of the house with a black marble fireplace at the one end and a sweeping, beautiful red marble staircase at the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. The wood-paneled walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. Satyrs, yeah, whatever you want to call them, right?
That was.
And that's really where we are at right now. There are also, obviously, two doors right in front of you guys in a main hallway. What are we doing?
Jinx is going to look over at Torin and Xavath and ask if either of them have the ability to detect magic in the area. And for how long you can do that for.
Detect magic is 10 minutes.
Maybe prudent for one of us to do that. And then if the other one has it, maybe for them to do it after.
I currently don't have it because...
Okay, no problem. I just think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Also,
We got to be expedient in moving through these rooms.
do not mention anything else to those children about the sword or anything, because that could be their dad. When you were showing the kid the sword, I'm surprised he didn't understand what that was.
I'm not certain that
Well,
was their father.
Correct. That's
But
why
I
I
see
said
it
might be.
potentially could be for sure.
Correct. Because there was no coat of arms on the guy. But he's carrying the letter with
A D on it.
D on it.
Well, that said too, everything we've seen here so far has been black. He was wearing red and blue.
Right.
And I pulled the chain out, and it's got the sun with the eyeball in the middle of it. We haven't seen this either. And I put that back in my pouch.
Just as a
So,
reminder, try
pay
not
attention.
to give any clues that we might know more than what they're telling us.
Yeah.
DJ, just one correction for you real quick, because I want you guys to actually have the right information. I did describe that hanging on the south wall of the foyer was the shield embezzled with a coat of arms. It was a golden windmill on a red field.
Yep.
So his armor was blue and red. So you've seen red, and the stairs are red. Just to keep
Okay.
that, I just want to make
Fair.
sure you guys have.
Fair.
I'm not trying to lean you all one way or the other. I just want to make
Right.
sure as we get back into this
No,
shit.
no,
Colors and all that
that's a
stuff.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We haven't seen blue yet, to be fair, but
Right.
excellent point, and thank you for pointing that out for us.
Yeah.
Where's the kitchen?
We don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's right there. No, that's not the kitchen, is it? We saw through the windows. Is that a kitchen in the bottom right?
That's the living room. That's where the fireplace is and all that.
It's the living room. Okay. And were those dogs that we saw in there? I know nobody really pointed it out or asked, but
Looks like child dogs.
okay. I'm just asking. I don't want to open a door to a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, I didn't look through the window.
Yeah,
My character walked by it and I saw it, but
Yeah, it's open to me as well because I went down
Yeah.
that way, but I didn't purposely look.
anyway.
Yeah.
So looking at them, you all would have recognized. Hold on, T-Tom. I'll recon that because if somebody would have asked about it, now that you're talking about it, they're larger than dogs. They look like gray wolves.
But they're like
like-
living animals.
They look like taxidermy.
Okay.
They weren't moving by any
Okay.
means.
Okay, that's where I was going with that. Okay. Okay, so disregard that point. I think it would be prudent to clear the house, at least this floor. Do that real quick. Maybe then activate our super handy dandy detect magic abilities. Go through the rooms real quick. And then move up to the next floor. Just keep an eye out for anything important, obviously. I mean, if we need to stop and go through a desk or something, we'll obviously call it out to Artie, but I think the standing thing here is if anything's out where we can see it, we're looking for it. Would everybody agree with that?
I will cast detect magic.
Okay.
Flashback.
I just know that knowing information like that makes it easier on the DM to call out certain roles.
Yeah.
That's all. Having DM now, I'm like, wait a minute, I know how to make this easier for Artie because I think I know what we want to do here. And this is going to help us get the roles we want to get.
Yeah.
So pay attention to that. Sorry, I didn't mean to go teacher mode on you.
No, you're good. Jinx, as you guys have been in here for probably 2 or 3 minutes now, you know what I mean? Just
Quick
not-
conversation.
yeah, you guys are making haste but not being loud about it, right? It's just you're getting in but being cautious.
Yeah.
Pedestal reaches out to you.
Okay.
And says Fog's moved in.
How far out?
I mean, you can look back through the door and you can barely see like where the stairs go down off the deck. Like it's right there at the gate.
Okay. Let me know when it gets to the house.
And he just says we're fine and it's not hurting us, but I just want you to know that it's moving in quickly.
Okay. Let me know when it gets to the house. If anything happens, reach out to me, please.
Okay. So, with that, what are we doing, boys?
Do we want to pop these 2 doors?
Let's pop the
Let's see.
close. Why don't we do the one room we would have passed?
Okay.
We technically could have looked through the windows
That'll work.
and worked. Yeah.
Hold on, can you guys see? Which doors can you all see in here?
There's
Uh,
one
Two on that
here.
This
end.
one.
I can see one there.
This one. This
Okay.
And there's one there.
Okay.
Don't worry, we don't see your trap door.
Secret door, maybe.
So no, there isn't one. So it's clever how they did windows and shit in
Yep.
this module. That's why I'm trying to see what you guys can actually fucking see
Yeah.
and what you can't. So okay.
Now the windows come through to us is just an opening in the dark.
Yep.
That's all it is for us. It doesn't show any icon or anything.
Okay.
But the doors we see an actual symbol of.
Okay. Sweet.
All right,
Yeah, that
kick
one.
it.
Which one did you all open? Oh, the living room.
Yeah.
Yep.
This oak paneled room looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. 2 padded chairs, draped in animal fur. I'm gonna fuck you up. 2 padded chairs draped with animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them supporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabrum. The chandelier hangs above a cloth-covered table, surrounded by 4 chairs. 2 cabinets stand against the wall. The east cabinet sports a lock, which you all would see. And inside of it, it's technically, you all don't see what's inside because it's just fully covered. It's just wood.
Is that
There's no
this
glass.
one? Not this one.
Hold on, I got a lot. But yeah. So that's the room. If
right.
you go look at the one on the west, it is locked. The one on the north is unlocked.
I'll come in and try and pick the one that's locked.
I do have detect magic up, so just in case something is in this room.
I will check it as to the best of my ability for any kind of traps or wires or anything out of the ordinary.
Looks like a normal cabinet, man.
I'll try and pick the lock.
Okay.
I got my thieves' tools.
Yous can do that.
I'm gonna check out this south taxidermy wolf.
What do you want? Sleight of hand?
Yeah. I mean, it's a dexterity check, so yeah, sleight of hand, I guess.
13. No Villy am I.
I gotcha. Okay. You struggle with it for a minute. As you go to kind of get the hook set perfectly on the actual tumbler, you think you have it, and you slip for a second, and you're like, no, reset. And after a second, you're able to pop the lock. Cabinet opens. Nothing crazy happens. Inside, there is a heavy crossbow. Somebody might want to write this shit down. Just so
Crack's
we
gonna
know.
pick it all up anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Hoover's
Hoover's gonna be in here soon.
The motherfucker went instantly for the sword, which makes you think he went you stretch for the crossbow. He's like, oh, that's for me too? Okay.
So you see my name written on it right there.
So, I mean, we can add all this shit later. I'll add a file for you all, like we did last time, for like loot and everything, like team loot.
You don't have to.
D&D Beyond has a party inventory now.
And that's the
I'm working on
Hell
it.
yeah.
So.
Okay. So
we haven't decided we're taking these things yet, right? Are we
That's
just
true.
robbing these fucking people blind? I'm just looking at the cabinet. I'm just putting
Graven, whatever his name is, definitely is. He's not listening to us.
I don't like crossbows. Too slow. Not too close up and
I'm
personal.
just pointing out that I am looking for suspicious items. I am not looking for shit to take. That's all I'm saying.
So a heavy crossbow.
Finish the list, please.
I just want the list.
I'm checking out a taxidermy down here. This loot has nothing to do with me.
So the taxidermy is literally just stuffed wolves. They're gray wolves. So there's a heavy crossbow, there's a light crossbow, there's a hand crossbow, and 20 bolts for each.
I might take that hand one.
No, none of them are silver. They are just normal
Hunting.
bolts. Yes.
It's like it's just for hunting.
That's all that's in there?
That's it in that one.
I'm closing it back up and I am relocking it.
Okay.
Children live here.
Precisely.
I think sounds like they don't want to live here though.
All I see right now is responsible parenting.
Yeah. Get the hazards out. No. Are you all checking the other cabinet or no?
I won.
Okay. It's unlocked. And in it, there is a small wooden box. And an assortment of glass wines. Or of wine glasses.
And some
Yeah.
glasses of wine?
Wine glasses.
Wine glasses. Dyslexia. Got it.
So the box is, roughly, I would say 3 inches by like 2 inches, maybe a little bigger, but about the shape of like a pack of playing cards, right? It's like that size box.
I open it.
Okay, there's a deck of playing cards in there.
Okay. And then I close it. You have to. We're just gonna do.
Not magical, correct?
Not magical. No, it is
Okay.
not.
You imagine
I
he
had to
pulls
fucking
those
ask.
he pulls those fucking tarot cards from fucking demonology.
Not even. It's just a deck of many things. Like,
That's exactly why I was asking, because you never fucking know.
No, they weren't magical. It's
I-
just a deck of playing cards.
God, could you imagine doing that, and not telling anybody at the very beginning of a campaign, just to fuck with the whole group? That would be fucking amazing. Just
Right.
let the whole fucking team implode. That would be so much fun. Oh my god, that would be such a fun game. Sorry, tirade there. I'm high as fuck.
Just hell yeah. All right. There's nothing else really of note in the room. It's literally just like a normal like rednecks hunting room, which I love.
Okay. So do we want to move to another door then? I don't want to burn the detect magic time.
Nope. Let's keep going. Next room.
Right, where I'm at.
Oh yeah, I was zoomed in. Yeah. I got stuck on the wall.
Dining room.
I say you all go in where you all are going, and then I'll go from there.
I'm not gonna meta. Already, I thought it was a double door. I've opened the other door.
Oh, it's fine.
So-
That's fine. It's a storage fucking closet, man.
okay.
I'm not worried about that. It's literally a storage closet. There's several
Yep.
black cloaks hanging on hooks on the wall. A top hat sits on a high shelf.
So it's just like the outdoor gown, like jacket thing.
What room?
Several
Yeah.
black cloaks on hooks.
Write it down. Write it down.
Yeah, I'll do what you want with that.
I didn't miss it if that's what you're implying.
No, I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
All right, so what you all step into?
You said one top hat?
Just one single top hat.
That's why I asked.
Okay. So you all.
I'm gonna check in with the spider real quick.
Okay.
Before we get too far ahead here. Every couple minutes. Hey, what's up? Update, please.
Fog's up to the house. We're just in it. It's not getting any thicker. There's no danger.
Kids are
It's
good.
just- yeah, kids are good. They're playing with us.
Okay. All right, I'll check in again soon.
All right, so you all walk into the dining room. Centerpiece of this wooden panel dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-back chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. Crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace is mahogany frame painting of an alpine vale. The wall paneling is carved with elegant images of deer among the trees. The trees look like the trees that you all had seen in the forest after the fog overtook you guys, by the way.
Okay.
The red silk drapes cover the windows, and a tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf hangs from the iron rod bolted to the south wall. The silverware tarnished, the crystal cracks, the portrait fades. Oh wait, none of that matters. Don't mind that last part.
Oh no!
You already know you're in a You already know you're in a fucked house, all right? Like, let's be real about what we're doing here, boys. That part doesn't actually fucking matter. Quick question. So every room you guys have been into, there's, like, the wooden trim literally goes from room to room. And with every room, it's like a different theme. Is anybody paying attention to that? Like,
Nope.
that's okay if not. I want to make sure
We
that...
will now.
No, I'm not trying to metagame you guys. I'm just...
Unless
one
my
of those
passive
things.
perception picks up on
Cool.
it, nope.
Okay. No.
If you're asking if I like to hear it, I do. But if it's relevant to the game, I am not connecting that with anything.
Okay, good. That's all I need to know. So don't think now that I've said that you can't be like, hey, I want to look at this. But remember, like with TOA, like there were things in skulls, right? When you all got down into the tomb. And so like, I'm not saying there's things here, but I just didn't know if anybody was going that route with it.
No, I hear things are connected. I don't always remember what each item is, but I recognize a connection between them most of the time. I should say.
Okay.
I see themes. That's probably a good way to say it.
I gotcha. That's. So I mean that's your dining room. Jinx, you're kind of taken back because your spider said that there was food on the table.
Yeah.
There's no food on this table.
I thought he said it was in the kitchen though.
He said it was in the dining room. Unless I misspoke, which I very well could have.
I'm not
Because
sure.
when he last spoke to the spider, that was when he was inside the house. He was in the room. He was in the kitchen. Couldn't find the door.
I told him to find a hiding spot. Yeah.
Okay. Then I must have misspoke.
Okay, no
he
problem.
meant to say that there was food in here, but there's no food.
Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you. And I would call that out to everybody. I would explain that explicitly. There's no residue of food. Does the silverware look used?
He
No,
said it was
this all looks-
tarnished.
No, I did not say it was tarnished. It's tarnished if it leaves the house. But you all don't know that.
Understood.
Okay. Okay. And detect magic isn't picking up anything.
There's nothing. No, not in here, no.
All right, let's check the closet and then I guess go upstairs, right?
Do it.
Who are you talking to, Lex?
I'm just thinking of what the little girl said when they get to eat.
With the parties and being locked in their rooms
So
until they
it
get to have
literally
roast and
happened.
potatoes.
Yeah, they literally got to eat last night.
Maybe.
Roast potatoes.
There's 2 doors inside of this room that lead to other areas in the house that I were not aware were here.
Where the fuck?
Huh?
So, DJ, where you are at, you were in the kitchen.
Ah,
So,
Oh, the fucking game's not updating for me. Unlike the door's not open. How the fuck is everyone going in there?
as you walk in, the kitchen is tidy, with dishware, cookware, and utensils neatly placed on the shelves. A work table has a cutting board and a rolling pin atop it. A stone dome-shaped oven stands on the eastern wall, which is probably the western wall, because I haven't fucking northern wall, or whatever the fuck wall. This shit's all fucked up.
The map
Whatever.
is rotated like 90 degrees.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm sorry. Work table's there. Yeah. The oven. It's bent iron stovetop connecting to a hole in the ceiling. Behind. I gotta check map. Yeah, you all
Probably
can see
glitched
that
out
door.
for a second with the way that
Right?
was monotone.
You all see the other door in there anyways, so we're good. I just wanted to, because I'm literally just reading out of the appendix right now.
Yeah.
Behind the stove, to the left, is a thin door that leads to a well-stocked pantry. If you all open that, all the food appears to be fresh and taste fine. There's also I have to like look and see where on the map it actually fucking is. Down here in this corner, you all would see this as well, what I just opened, X where you are. It's a dumbwaiter. So behind a small door on the southwest wall, which is not the southwest wall, it's just the southeast wall, is a 2-foot wide stone shaft containing a wooden elevator box attached to a simple rope and pulley mechanism that must be operated manually.
And none of us are little.
Yeah, a small character can squeeze into the box, blah, blah, blah. None of that matters. It's a dumbwaiter, though.
I think he's very smart. What we want to do? We're burning time.
Nothing in
Steps?
here.
Might as well go upstairs.
How the fuck we go down?
Not down, it's up.
Oh, that's where the
Yeah,
baby is. So I was talking about the basement.
Yeah, so, here's my thing.
I'm gonna have to move you all to the next tile set, by the way. Just so
That's
you all
fine.
know.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, hold on.
That
So-
is the entrance to the basement.
Where?
Hold on.
The dumbwaiter.
The dumbwaiter.
Ah.
So based on our current knowledge, there's no way a full-size adult could travel on that dumbwaiter.
If that dumbwaiter goes down, we don't know
Right,
for
if it
sure
goes
that
down.
we don't know
Correct.
for sure that it does. We didn't check.
The only other place we didn't check also is I don't see any doors in there, but the pantry would have been the only other place. If they're saying that the entrance is in the kitchen,
I would like for Jinx to go back to the kitchen, into the pantry, and I can move my token up there if you want me to. If you just want to theater of the mind it, I'm fine with that.
We just theater it.
Okay. I would like to go into that pantry and search for false floors, doors, anything out of the ordinary, cubby holes that would store things, anything like that at all. I'm not going to toss the room, but I am going to look with intent.
Even with a 40, there's nothing.
Okay.
Just that way we're not burning time on.
Yeah, no,
red
that's
energy.
fine. That's fine.
Can you all see where I moved you to? If not, you might need
Yes.
to step
Yeah.
out so
Yeah.
you go. Okay. So because they use the book fucking maps for this shit, I have to take you off so I'm not dragging you across and you see shit you're
Yeah.
not supposed to, right? That's
there
the
are
only
ways there are ways to turn that off.
Okay.
Just so you know, we can change that. So you can grab us and drag it
And pull, and you all can't see past barriers and shit. Okay.
It doesn't. It takes away your ability to see anything new until
Okay.
until you land in the room you're supposed to be in.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll have to do all that.
Okay.
So yeah, you can search it. There's nothing. You could even pull. You walk over to the dummy waiter. If you pull the rope, it works. It's fully functional.
And does it go down below where we are currently?
It won't go down below, but if you were to pull it up, you can see that the hole seems to go down, but it has a mechanism that stops it at that floor level.
Can I tell how deep? If I were to light up one of my marbles and drop it,
You can. I would say roughly
Would-
about 30 to 40 feet down.
okay. And did the marble stay and kind of bounce around in this small little area, or did it hit and bounce away to somewhere where I can't see it?
It hit and then rolled. You can see maybe a slight illumination, it's down there, but
I can't see the marble itself.
no, when it hit, it looked like it was a dirt floor.
Okay. Wait, so it hit and got buried in dirt?
No, it hit,
Okay.
and because the light, you could see when it hit, there was a puff of dirt, and then it
Yeah.
rolled.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I just Wanted to
No,
be
no,
sure I
you're good.
understood that.
Yeah, you're good. I just want to make sure
Okay.
that I'm painting the right picture for you.
Yeah. The mechanism that prevents the dumbwaiter from going down further, does it look like it's easy to remove so that it could go down lower?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Do I get any kind of advantage here because I'm an artificer and this has to do with
Yeah.
disassembling something?
I'll give you. You would know how a dumbwaiter works because it's a simple pulley system.
Yeah.
Looking at it, you can't see how it's stopping. Like, there's no actual like piece of wood or brick coming out that's like stopping this thing from going. It's just when it hits level with the dumbwaiter window in the kitchen,
It stops.
and you can't get it to go any further.
Okay, so there's not like a bar blocking it. It's
No.
probably like a knot in the rope somewhere up above me that's hitting a stopper or something, basically.
It very well could be.
Okay, got it. And I get to roll to see if I recognize that.
Yeah,
Is
at
that what this
advantage.
is?
Yeah,
Okay.
at advantage.
Well, that one ain't gonna do it.
And I mean, as kids
Is
who grew up in old
perception?
house, yeah.
Or
As kids who,
investigation.
I would say perception, just because you're kind of taking in the entire like. You're sitting there fucking with the mechanism to try to see what's holding up. You know what I mean? And then if you're able to grab this, it's not a hard check. Then we'll do an investigation when you actually hone in on something particular.
Okay. All right. Cool. I dig that. Way worse. Wow. 4.
4.
I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Okay.
God damn.
I'm gonna give you your passive perception because that makes no fucking sense. It,
Yeah,
it just
12.
doesn't.
That's fair.
You understand how simple pulley systems work and why you've never seen something like this. Like, this is very outdated technology. To you, it's
Yeah.
almost foreign. Like, the way this entire house is built with all the hardwood. It's like when a city kid goes into an old house for the first time. They're like,
Yeah,
what
it's
the
antiquated. Right.
You look at it and
Okay.
you're like, I don't get it, but I get it. Like, how is this holding up? And you're like, well, there's nothing here. It has to be something
up
higher.
there. Yeah.
So I would say you could do an investigation. The only thing is, I don't know how you're going to see up into the pulley system.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. It's not
Okay,
something I'm
okay.
bothered with right now. If the group
Okay.
decides that we want to dig deeper into this, we can. I don't want to waste everybody's
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
I would return to the group and inform them of everything that I discovered.
Cool.
And we're upstairs now, right? Sorry to kind of derail that a little bit.
Welcome to D&D with this group. That's what we do. So, with that, you all go ahead and move upstairs. And as you come up the red marble, this is something that's not seen a lot at all. When you all first came in, it looked as though it was like red carpet that kind of spiraled up these stairs. It's not. It's actual red marble. I don't think any of you would have ever seen this type of marble. This is not something that's normal. As you all walk up the grand spiral staircase, again, the trimmings, that wood trimming kind of spirals up the wall and continues around through every room like it did downstairs. You all end up in I guess like an upper foyer, I don't know, upper hall, whatever you want to call it. Unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wooden frame portrait of the Durst family. Underneath is a plaque, a little bronze placard, that says Gustav and Elizabeth Durst with their 2 children, Rose and Thorn. Cradled in the father's arm is a swaddled baby.
Is it dated, you said?
The painting seems to be weathered.
So there's not a date.
Yeah. I was asking if there was a
like
date.
no, there's no date on it.
What
but it
is
doesn't-
our
It
current-
looks weathered or old.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
what I thought you meant
that
by
was my,
dated.
that was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
next question, was does it look like it's a very old painting or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to which you notice that the mother sort of looks side-eyed towards the baby being held, almost as if she's scorned.
Does she look
Hey.
like the woman that the spider saw upstairs?
She does not. The lady in this picture has platinum blonde hair, blue eyes, and a beautiful Victorian like white gown with like the frill collar coming all the way up to her neckline or to her chin line, essentially.
Does the man look like the man that we saw in the woods?
He does.
Now we kind of look around at everybody and say, he looks like the man that we saw out there, right?
Does the picture have him with his sword by
Only
chance?
he looks probably guesstimated 10 years younger in this painting.
Okay, so the man we saw in the woods looks like him, but a 10-year-old version, more
Right.
old version of him.
Right.
Did the kids outside look the same age as the painting? Or do they look about 10 years older as well?
Identical.
So there's one thing I forgot to ask at the beginning of all this, and it makes me mad. If you allow me, what is our current date and time that we know of when we left Waterdeep?
I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Okay, there's a reason why I'm asking. So
I know.
when we end today,
I see where you're
just know where
going
I'm
with
gonna
it.
go.
It's
Just know where I'm
I
going.
just
Okay.
I didn't think that far because of course that's the question that I wasn't ready for. Like
Where were we?
I was describing what you all were seeing in this grand hall.
And the similarities and everything, right?
Yeah, and you all were drawing conclusions.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So the kids literally are wearing the exact same thing
Okay.
that they were wearing when you all just saw them outside. They look identical.
But the woman I saw upstairs did not match the woman in the painting, in facial features or anything. Did not in any way. Did the
Nope.
baby look like the baby in the picture?
The baby looked like the baby.
So the woman upstairs is an oddball compared to the picture out of everyone we've met so far.
Yep. So the rest of it, standing suits of armor, flank wooden doors, and I'm just gonna read it the way it is. You guys are looking at the fucking thing. You all can tell what the actual direction is.
Yeah.
Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors in the east and west halls, which I think are actually the north and south halls, right?
Yep.
Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helmet shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing. The doors are carved with dancing youths. Although, never mind. I'm not gonna read the rest of it. The marble or the red marble staircase that started on the first floor continues upwards in a spiral to the adjacent floor, right? It just continues to go up. And a cold draft could be felt from coming down the steps as you all came up.
Clear this floor real quick.
Yeah, I guess
I
let's
was gonna
pick.
ask you before we. Do you mind if we end session here and clear it next time?
Yeah, clear it the next time. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
you
that's fine.
fading out.
Yeah.
I was
No,
kind of struggling.
I've been fucking writing notes on my phone while Ari's been fucking
Describing.
saying shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least actually that portrait shit. Like,
Yeah.
similarities and differences.
Also, I appreciate you boys because you all don't even understand how much further I'm building lore into this fucking stupid house right now. Because we all know how these adventures go, right? It's like it's an introduction mission, right? No, with what you guys are doing, you're writing your own fucking story, and I'm changing things like as we fucking go, and I appreciate that with you all. I miss this.
Yeah,
Same.
boy.
I miss this.
The boys are back.
We're so back.
The boys are indeed back.